shut up. The footy's on Triple M.
Every massive moment
Oh, you're guilty.
lives right here.
That's how you do it.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Ah, yes, Marvel Stadium roof closed, and it's a big one. The Pies for Friday night footy, and they're up against the GWS who are in town. Collingwood 1-1 at the moment, and the Giants 1 win in 3 hitouts coming off a home loss to the Saints. Baz Denner with you, surrounded by superstars as always. In the pre-match, this man, two-time All-Australian, 287 at the highest level, the great Joey Montagna. G'day, Joey.
Hello, Baz. Nice to see you. Nice to be here under the lid at Marvel Stadium. I was down at Geelong last night and it was dead set freezing, so I'm glad to be under the roof and looking forward to a much better spectacle.
Kate McCarthy's here, All-Australian, of course, and leading AFL media performer in Australia. G'day, Kate.
Thanks, Baz. Just appointed by you, am I, that I'm the leading media performer. Thank you.
Well, it's going higher, I believe.
appreciate it.
I'm hearing it's going another level tomorrow morning.
Not entirely sure.
Dead Set Legends is back on Triple M.
It's back.
It's back.
Dead Set
We brought it
Legends.
back.
Oh, how good.
It's going to be myself, Xander Maguire, and Isaac Smith tomorrow from 10, usually till 11:30, but tomorrow got the early game starting at Marvel because there's 4,000 games at Marvel this weekend, so just till 11, so we just get an hour of power tomorrow.
You could have stopped it yourself because the others don't matter, but you're right.
Joins a long list of iconic media performers to be on Dead Set Legends.
You and I have. Well,
I didn't mean to say that, Barry.
But say it.
Now, well, you
Now
you
that
pick
you
it up.
take it
Yeah.
But you were regular.
Did it, yeah, loved it. Loved Dead Set Legends, and then we followed Brendan Favola and Duck and Howie, and there's been a lot of people that have gone on Dead Set Legends, and a few others. So it's good fun, Kate. You'll enjoy that, and it's a perfect lead up for all the Triple M listeners just to tune in the morning and then listen all day for the Saturday rub and then into the footy, and it's going to be good fun.
This is the Triple M Footy Prime Time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
Saw BT floating around too. Is he going to join us pre-game?
No,
he's not.
He just said I'll be back later.
He's just going to come for the call.
He said I'll be back later, and
look forward to working with BT too.
One day we'll be able to negotiate contracts like that too,
Yeah,
Joey.
He's out there eating. I see him eating his BT special, the Nazi Goring out there.
Out there.
Very nice. Big game last night, GMHBA Stadium. I think you called it last night.
I was hosting for Fox. It wasn't a big game. It was a bit disappointing, to be honest. Sort of the conditions, it felt like a mid-June game down at GMHBA Stadium. Low scoring, wet, cold, not much atmosphere. It was a little bit disappointing. But Adelaide, I thought to their credit, I didn't think that they would get that close, missing the senior players and the leaders they had out. But they hung in there. They dug in. I suppose the numbers suggested Geelong should have won a bit more comfortably, but there were some nice moments and a couple of controversial moments.
Yeah, I thought the same, Joey. I think sort of looking post-game at the numbers and the weight of numbers inside 50 for Geelong, the fact that Adelaide were almost a kick in it with, I think, a couple of minutes to go was probably credit to them for being able to stick it out, and probably a little bit of, not a concern, but a show that Geelong's still just finding their best footy at the moment. And I think that extra game, like making it all the way to the grand final, we've seen the Lions come back a little bit slower. We've seen Geelong just not quite get it together. And I think people really forget how having that extended season on the back end, making it all the way to the last game of the year, can actually just take you a little while to find your groove at the start of the next season.
Yeah, it does add up, especially year after year when you're playing deep finals and you're playing those extra games. But the Cats, they're sort of, I don't know about you, but they're a team I'm not worried about. You sort of go, they're just doing enough to win, but they are a side now that you can almost see them at some point through the middle of the year winning 8 out of 10 games, getting on a roll. They'll be sitting around the top 4, around the top 6. I'm not overly concerned yet. They certainly haven't been playing their best football, but they are a team that know how to get it done, particularly at home, and I think they'll keep notching the wins. But Adelaide be disappointed to lose, but I think they lost no admirers with the way they went about it.
Set up that there was a bit of controversy with the out of bounds deliberate late in the last quarter. Not deliberate, that's just the last touch disposal.
Last touch now, yeah.
So, Joey, set it up in that later stage. Atkins involved.
Yeah, there was 2 players, Atkins, and it was young. I think it was Zach Taylor. It was, not Zach Taylor, one of the youngsters, and both of them had the foot out, and Atkins's foot was in front, and it came off him. And I think he knew because he quickly rushed over to pick up the ball, almost trying to con the boundary umpire, and he did a good job because the boundary umpire called it Geelong's way, and then he took off and played on, and then later on with the replays and the slow-mo, we found out that it came off his foot. Now, the reason why I think it was controversial, Baz, was because in the first quarter, when we just presumed there was a throw-in, that the boundary umpire thought it was just off hands, and he went to throw it in. And after about 15 seconds, just before they threw it in, the ARC overruled it and gave a free kick to the Adelaide Crows, and that caught everybody by surprise. It was the first time they ever went, oh, geez.
Which they can.
Which they can. But we didn't expect them to be doing that in the first quarter of a game, overruling a decision. It caught me by surprise, and we thought, oh, is this how it's going to be interpreted now, that every decision is going to be reviewed? And I think that's what's made this one contentious, because the ARC couldn't review it or didn't have time to review it, and that's created a stir because obviously Geelong went down and kicked an important goal in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was the fact that next play, it was literally a kick in from Tom Atkins. They chained it all the way to the far side of the ground. Then it resulted in a very good goal from Jack Martin, but you could literally trace it back to that decision. Obviously in footy, sometimes not as clear cut that a decision goes that way and it leads directly to a goal, but that's how it played out ultimately. But yeah, I think they've come out and said that it was the wrong decision. The AFL, they've identified that it was the wrong decision and they should have overturned it. And
everyone's under pressure later in the game. You talk about the early one. There's always pressure in footy. There's pressure moment you run out in the ground. Umpires, players, everyone, officials. But latter stages of a game that's tight, Adelaide, Geelong, tight in the game, Thursday night, late stages, every decision is critical, whether you're a player, whether you're an umpire, whether you're part of the coaching staff, whatever it is. So did that enter into it last night? Because the question is, why wasn't it? If the ARC has reviewed it, why wasn't it? Why wasn't the decision made to call it?
Well, the
back?
ARC is saying they didn't have time because Tom Atkins played on, and the rule at the moment is once the ball is back in play, you can't recall it because the game is now live. So that's what they're saying they can't do. I think they can't bring it back. It's like a point once the ball is back in play and away and going. Although it's an interesting one because I'm not sure now what they want to do about this. And these are some of the unintended consequences, Kate, of making these decisions is the unintended consequences of what it's going to mean for the future games. And I don't think the AFL have clarified yet.
Well, they've sent out a statement. So, yeah, in fairness, so this is the statement. The ball came back into play before the ARC had time to intervene.
Yep.
On the last disposal free kick awarded to Geelong in the fourth quarter last night. If the ARC did intervene, the decision would have been overturned. The AFL will look at its late in-game process and the ability to potentially hold play to get the correct outcome.
Yep.
So my question is, what's late in game, early in game, middle of game? What's it?
Well, I've got no issue with that because you don't want them to be holding up play for every out-of-bounds decision. We're already seeing too much of it, I think, with the behind. When it goes out of bounds on the full or a point, we're getting all these delays. So I don't want to see it happen throughout the whole game. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. You get caught around the neck.
If the boundary umpire makes a mistake, so be it. They make mistakes all the time.
5 minutes in the first quarter, what's the difference?
But if they did that, it's completely contradicting the reason they brought the rule in. They want the rule to speed up the game.
Yeah.
That's why they brought the rule in, because
Not
then it's not a stoppage, it's another team's free kick. That was the direct result, is to speed up the game. If you're going to review any sort of 50-50 decision at any point in the game, you're not going to be speeding up the game. You're going to be slowing it down. But it's interesting because I think people want it. They want to have it perfect. They want footy to be perfect. They want it to look a certain way. They want it to be a certain speed. But I feel like the people that were complaining that it was the wrong decision, if you then review every decision, they're going to be the same ones that are then complaining that there's been a halt to play and that we're waiting for a decision to be made.
Yeah.
So I think you've got to... I think at some point you've got to draw the line, and the umpires are out there to do their job. They're out there to make decisions. We make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes at some point.
That's it.
I think if you have to do that, you just cop it.
I think the mistake last night was the ARC overturning the one in the first quarter. They just leave that. If the boundary umpire makes his decision, leave it. But I've got no problem if the last 5 minutes of a game, like they do in basketball now, the last 2 minutes of play, you can review out-of-bounds decisions because that is when it is important if the game is close. I've got no issue if the last 5 minutes they decide they can halt play to review it to get that right if the game is in the balance, and that can be a deciding factor.
Okay, because they're directed to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
In fairness to the ARC, they're directed to do it.
That's right.
Review it and bring it back.
Yep.
But anyway, I want to ask you too, I was watching Seven's coverage last night for the last half. And I was listening to us Triple M footy in the first half. I got home, watched the coverage. Again, a player on the bench trying to get on the ground late in the game. Critical time, 20 minutes last quarter. Isaac Rankin, he's sitting on the bench. The ball's on the other side of the ground. I believe Stevie J might have said, that's a ploy. Are we strategizing now to keep the ball out on the other side of the ground? If your rotations are right and it's 20 minutes in the last quarter, that game's in the balance. You're happy. You don't need to get him on the ground. Now, Isaac Rankin's standing there, the best, arguably one of a game breaker for Adelaide to come on. the ball's out the other side. Is that becoming a strategy, or are we looking...
No,
I wouldn't think the opposition is going to that level. Like, you're so...
You can't hold up a sign.
You're so ingrained in what you're doing, what you need to get right. That game was so close on Thursday night. It went right down to the final couple of minutes that at no point are you looking over to the opposition bench and seeing that Isaac Rankin's waiting to get on, so you're keeping the ball over that side. Absolutely. I would be extremely surprised if a team is going to that length to focus on the opposition player and who's on the bench. Yes, it sounds smart, but you're also not focusing on what your job is to do. So,
in general, I think we're overplaying this whole a player goes to the bench and he's on at the wrong time. Players go to the bench every quarter for a break. Sometimes you're on there for longer than others. Sometimes you get stuck there.
So how do we get them on? How do we get him on the grand final 20 minutes in? Nick Dacos is sitting on the bench.
Well, you've just got to call someone else off, do something else. Sometimes you get stuck on the bench. It just happens in a game of footy. We overanalyse that.
I know, but we're talking about a time when a runner could run out and drag them off.
Yeah.
But they can't happen. So we're happy to have probably game breakers and the best players in the game just sitting on the bench because they can't get on.
Yeah, they've got to have a break at some stage in the game.
Okay. BT's walked in, just leave.
Don't leave him on there, but he's got to have a break at some stage.
What do you need a break? You happy with that?
I think there's certain times in the game where you want your best players on the field, and I think despite... I would say from a coaching perspective, I would sit down with, if I was the coach of, say, Collingwood tonight, I would make sure that in the fourth quarter, Nick Dacos, his rotation's early, so he might start on... He's definitely the first player to come off, so that then he's got the next two while they play out, he's on the field. So he's there to impact at the start, at the first centre bounce of the quarter. He comes off for, say, his 3 to 5 minutes in that next part of play, and then he's back out there for the remainder of the quarter. That's how I would manage it if I was a coach. I'd make sure you'd have those conversations with your strength and conditioning trainers so that your best players are out there in the best moments.
It's good, real sort of, it's all happening on a Friday night.
It's a good chat. Because sometimes we assess these decisions in hindsight, depending on what the scoreboard is, but sometimes you've got to start your best players on the field in the fourth quarter to give yourself a chance to get into the game, and then they need to come and have a break. So it all just sort of, it's a bit, sometimes I think we overplay that.
Tell you what I'd rather too, Baz. I'd rather Isaac Rankin doesn't do a soft tissue in round 3, has his break and goes back out, and potentially maybe 2 minutes of game time he missed out on. But
it wasn't like Isaac was ripping the game apart either last night.
Agreed.
No, he had 6 touches.
He was having a quiet one.
Up till then.
Could have 18 if he wasn't on rotation.
This is sort of
good chat though, Baz.
This long pre-match. I need a break. I'm used to the 5 minutes.
Let's get a guest on.
Yeah. Jordan Ruffhead's coming up next, the defensive coach for the Collingwood Pies, who take on the GWS tonight. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Tomorrow morning from 10, it's Triple M's Dead Set Legends.
Here we go. Listen to this crowd. They're ready to go.
Join the Queen of Triple M footy, Kate McCarthy, 4-time Premiership star Isaac Smith, and the big newsbreaker Xander Maguire, as they get you ready for a massive weekend in sport. Triple M's Dead Set Legends. Tomorrow morning from 10 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
HBF is your health dream team. Join HBF today.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
If you're a small business, you know this sound. That's the thing you keep putting off. And this is your lightning loan, getting approved by OnDeck in minutes, not hours or days. So you can take that thing off your list. Go on, join the fast lane with OnDeck. Go to ondeck.com.au. T's and C's apply. And loans subject to a very fast approval.
At Officeworks, we've dropped prices on hundreds of must-haves, like a 40-pack Bourne acrylic paint set, now $20, and a 36-pack Bourne coloured pencils, now $27. That's low prices every day and here to stay. Officeworks, big ideas, low prices.
Hey tradies, Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale is on now with thousands of tyres and wheels discounted. Get 35% off selected 17-inch Monster alloy wheels. Plus, get an awesome 40% discount on selected Monster ballistic wheels. Want a free tyre? Buy 3, get 1 free on selected Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho or J-Trax tyres. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
In full swing, and BWS is here with kind of a big deal. This week, a case of hard rated 4.5% is just $105. Only at BWS, the official liquor retailer of the AFL. And Sunday while stocks last, T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Footy's in full swing, and BWS is here with kind of a big deal. This week, a case of hard rated 4.5% is just $105. Only at BWS, the official liquor retailer of the AFL. And Sunday while stocks last, T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise.
It's getting cold, and the savings are cool at Chemist Warehouse. Take the plunge with Ice Cold Therapy 500 grams for just $22.49. Hydrate your skin with John Plunkett's Soladerm Face and Body Recovery Cream 85ml for $13.99. And hydrate your body with Hydrolyte Electrolyte Effervescent 60 tablets exclusive size. The refreshing watermelon flavour is just $13.49. Plus, get Caruso's Wheatless 60 tablets for a cool $31.99. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
With Coles Deliver More, you can get everything you need for Easter delivered at a time that suits you. Just choose a 1-hour delivery window and we'll hop to it. Shop Coles Deliver More online or in the app. Available in select locations only. Minimum spend $50. T's and C's apply.
Australian natural gas is used for more than cooking and heating. It can provide essential backup electricity to the grid when demand is high and conditions aren't ideal for renewables. And natural gas is the main source of energy for Australian manufacturing. It's reliable, flexible energy that Australians depend on. That's why Australia runs on natural gas. Visit australiarunsongas.com.au to find out more. Authorised by S. McCulloch, Australian Energy Producers Limited, Canberra.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M Footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
Oh, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. My goodness, big one tonight. Marvel Stadium. The Pies are in town up against the GWS. Kate McCarthy, Joe Montagna's here. And Baz, time to head downstairs boundary side, courtesy of Bob Jane T-Mart's AFL Mark of the Year, if you don't mind, in 2025. Sarah Hosking, very special guest with you.
I do, Baz. In fact, I've got Collingwood's backline coach in Geordie Roughhead. Now, George, can you give us a little bit of insight? You've had the 13-day break. Did all the boys get an invitation to Tassie, or was it just a couple?
Just a couple. Just the ones that are worth a visit, I think.
And now you've got GWS, Collingwood, home game here tonight. How's everyone feeling after that break? Nice and refreshed?
Yeah, I'd hope so. I mean, we've obviously had opportunity to get a bit of energy in. Was really great yesterday. Came down here and had a bit of a run around just to, I guess, acclimatise a little bit to Marvel Stadium. Don't play here a lot, but I think there were a few smiles when the boys woke up this morning and saw the weather.
And now we've got a few ins today. Obviously, as a backline coach, you'd be very happy in Jeremy Howe, Darcy Moore coming back in. But can you talk to us about the debutant in Oscar Steen?
Yeah, big Oscar, rap for him. 22-year-old kid that has had his injury troubles over the last few years, but Collingwood fans tonight are going to see a young guy who's just going to jump at every ball. He's got really strong aerial presence. It's always great to see a kid get their first jumper, and he was just presented his by Choco Williams, so icon of the game down in the rooms as well, which was a real treat for us.
Hey, Ruffy, thanks for your time. A bit early to have a mid-season review, but with the bye, what have you assessed of the performance of the first couple of games? How have you looked at it, and where do you think you can try and improve?
I think all phases of our game can improve, to be honest. We had a look at offence, defence and stoppage. Clearly put a bit of time into centre bounce and offensive connection. So hopefully tonight, under the roof, you'll see us connect inside 50 a little bit more, and hopefully we'll put a bit of a score on the board.
Must be nice to get a couple of your key backs in the team again. Obviously, Howe and Moore coming back in. How are you going to manage that? You've got two players, obviously the fifth on the bench. Is it something that then comes into mind as to how you kind of manage two key backs coming back at the same time?
Yeah, a little bit. We spent a bit of time on it during the week, but to be honest with you, that's all above my head. We leave that to Jared Wade, who I know has a reputation around the industry and certainly within our club of being a real pro with managing players, whether it's managing their rehab or return to play. So we're really comfortable that we've got a good plan in place for those guys to have a positive impact on the game for us.
Now, you must clearly have a lot of pull with the coaching staff there, Ruffy, because Josh Dacos pre-season, we heard maybe more midfield minutes, but he's still playing across half-back. Is that you just saying, hang on, I'm not taking my boy out of defence?
Absolutely. I only got him from the wing a couple of years ago, so we're going to maximise that before we let him go.
And on those half-backs, you've got so many that play such a good sort of offensive role as well as their defence. How do you get the balance right? So you've got Houston that you love to get the footy in the hands of, as well as Josh Dacos and Isaac Quaynor as well. How do you get that balance right with your half-backs, defend first and then go?
Well, Braden Maynard would be pretty angry with me if I let you forget him. To be honest, there's a couple others that are stiff to miss as well. I'm trying to get as many backs magnets on the board as I can at match committee. But it's a matter of making sure we've got a really strong defensive mindset first, but then finding the opportunities to explode on offense. And everyone likes having a kick of the footy, so getting it in your hands as much as we can.
And what have you seen a difference with Dan Houston? He started the season sensational form. It wasn't quite his best last year. What have you seen, or what's been the change for him to start so well?
I think there's a new girlfriend on the scene, so that generally helps.
Yeah, okay, that works.
But there's also, I've just seen him back to his best around his capacity to turn up, and if the ball goes over his head, he's first back to the contest and winning it at ground level. And I think his contest has also stepped up a little bit this year. Tyson Goldsack's the other one. He's come across from Port Adelaide back to the Magpies, and they've got a really strong relationship. So it's always good to have people that you connect really well with inside the four walls, and that's probably helped him grow a little bit as well.
Now, we love the matchup if Bruzzy does get to go to Toby at some point. Will that just be a complete accident if it does happen, or are they going to find each other?
No, a complete accident. I know nothing about it.
Very good. Hey, what about the Giants? Because they've beaten you the last couple of times and beaten you pretty well. What are the threats and what are you most wary about tonight?
They've got threats everywhere. I think this is one of their great strengths, is that in all parts of the ground they've got incredible talent. I mean, we've reflected more on our game than the hard part about reviewing last time we played them is it's so long ago. We played them round zero in 2025 and 2024, so haven't been a lot of games against them, and it's great to get them down here rather than up at NG Stadium in round zero. But we want to get our hands dirty at the contest. We want to make sure we're winning territory from stoppage and making them play a game that sees them transition length of field.
Hey, Johnny, we're going to let you go. We appreciate your time on Triple M Footy. Good luck tonight. Big one for the Pies.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good luck with the call.
Jordan Ruffhead, who, as you said, looks after the defenders. Big night for the Pies and the GWS. And I heard some comments from Jamie Elliott during the week, who went on the rush hour with Billy and JB, the number one sort of program in the country. But he had some interesting comments to make. And we talk about their goal structure and how they're going to find their goals. And Jamie talked about wanting to play aggressive and a little bit sort of unpredictable. Let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Our back line, regardless, we didn't have Das, we didn't have Howie, so they stood up regardless of personnel. So it's a lot around our system. So in saying that, can we be a little bit more daring with the ball? Can we take it on a little bit? Go for riskier kicks or put on a bigger score, because that's what we want to do, and we want to be fun to watch as well. The thing is, especially with football at the moment, you got to find a balance of defending and attacking. And the thing is, with defense, to score really well, you want to be unpredictable to opposition defense. So the more unpredictable you are, it actually is worse for your defense. And coaches obviously hate that. They want a lot more structure. So, we're finding a balance of that at the moment. A little bit of a new look forward line as well. We're just finding out a little bit about ourselves. We had a week off. We've had a lot of review. We've got a lot of growth and opportunity ahead of us as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
They are interesting comments, aren't they, Kate? Because Collingwood have been renowned for being a system-based team, and that's what's held them in such good stead. Why they won the premiership, why they made a prelim last year. But it does sound like they are trying to evolve and catch up with the modern game a little bit and be a bit more aggressive and daring and risk-taking. But that is a challenge for a group that have played such a system-based game, play your role, to now try and just play with a bit of flair. They've got to find that balance.
And I think that's the thing about footy now, Joey, is you can play a system and you can get it all sorted and you can work out what you want to do. But as you do that and as you get better at doing that, other teams work out what you're trying to do as well. And yes, it worked for a long time for Collingwood. They won a flag with it, so it's absolutely been successful. But as you say, modern footy, you need to evolve. You need to find other ways to change your game before the defence figures you out. And I think that's the period of, evolution that the Collingwood Football Club is in at the moment, and trying to work out how to get that balance right.
Yeah, they probably did become predictable. I think everyone knew how they wanted to play, and once that was seen, it was maybe a bit easier for teams to be able to defend them, and they have had trouble with offense, particularly the back half of last season. So it'd be fascinating to watch them tonight. They get a great chance, Baz, under the roof to be able to play with a bit more dare. They're not overly tall in their forward half. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the two ruckmen, but maybe with a bit more of a hybrid, smaller forward line, they might just try and take the game on, and who knows, they might kick a big score.
Well, we look forward to it. We certainly are. You also spoke about Bobby. A lot of excitement about Bobby being back on the training track, obviously an extended period away. Let's have a listen to what Jamie Elliott told JB and Billy about that.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great to have Bob back in the building. He looks happy, healthy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And there's going to be a process for him to get back to playing. He's got to put in a block of work, earn the trust back, and then hopefully we see him on the field.
I completely agree, and I think that's what we're kind of all anticipating. I don't think anyone's sort of sitting here thinking Bobby's back at training, he'll be named next week. There's a large block of conditioning that needs to go into him. Craig McRae did say he was in better condition than he was expecting to start with, so that's a big tick for him and what he can put through his body through in the next few weeks, but it's going to be a process, and I think the thing that probably takes the most time in that process is the trust and the respect from your teammates and the coaching staff as well to give you the opportunity, because the reality is for the last however long it's been since Bobby's been at training, there's been 40 plus other guys that have rocked it up week in, week out that have put in the hard yards. And that's not to say that Bobby wasn't struggling with off-field things as well, but it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get his conditioning right, but also earn that trust and respect that Jamie Elliott was referring to.
Yeah, he'll still be a while away, but it's a great step. And for anyone that's had off-field issues, there's no better place to be than in a football club. That's where you get the most support. You get, all the opportunities you need to be able to, move forward and grow as a person. And that's great that he's back there and engaging with everyone. And hopefully from here, first and foremost, before the footy, he just gets himself in a great headspace.
And being with your mates, back kicking a footy, it's
Nothing
when
better.
you feel the best.
That's how I feel walking into the box. We're going to catch our breath because the ball up to start the game very, very shortly with Kate McCarthy, Joe Montagna, the best in the business in the house, BT about to enter the house, and Sarah Hosking downstairs. The Chew Man as well for McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M footy, prime time for Mitsubishi Heavy Industries Air Conditioners Australia. Put your trust in the experts in air.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Joey, you know what's great about this game? Let me tell you, the best teams don't win by accident.
The best teams build, Baz. They make smart choices, they build territory, they build momentum, and they do it over time, play by play.
And honestly, your future's not that different.
We all have our own idea of what our something looks like down the track, but it won't just happen. You need to make smart decisions along the way.
Spot on. That's where Cbus comes in, with profits going to members, not shareholders. We're focused on long-term performance.
Cbus Super. Build your something.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick in the morning.
We'll fill your tank in these times. It's almost down to essential travel.
Can I give a shout out to all the fellow Melbourne supporters? Because, Range Rover takes a bit to fill up.
Well,
they're real victims here, I'd have to say.
Could I say for supporters of the other team, feel free to siphon the tank of a Range Rover.
Start your day with Mick in the morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
For the best roof in town, Harley & Sons won't let you down.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
Step into Sukin and step into something more natural. Start with Sukin Hydrating Shampoo. Gentle, nourishing with long-lasting moisture. Cleanse skin with Sukin Foaming Cleanser. Fresh, balanced and beautifully simple. Then finish with Sukin Botanical Body Wash. Soap-free, soothing and perfect for all skin types. 3 simple steps, 1 complete routine. Australian-made, 100% vegan and made with natural ingredients. Get the Sukin range at Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings every day.
At Coles, you can get great value on fruit and veg this week. Like juicy Australian blackberries, 125 gram punnet, just $3.50 each. Shop in-store or online. At Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Don't miss Mazda's final 2025 plate clearance. It's your last chance to get incredible drive-away deals across select 2025 models. Like the top-of-the-range Mazda BT50 SP, now from $68,990 drive away. Or get the job done with the worksite-ready BT50 XT 4x4 dual cab from $55,990 drive away. Be quick, limited stock available. Head into your local dealer today. The final Mazda plate clearance ends soon. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for detail.
Paying for mobile coverage you don't need? Vodafone doubled their network last year to cover you where it counts. Meanwhile, another big telco spends millions to build towers in the middle of nowhere and charges customers for it. Get coverage where 98.5% of Aussies actually live with Vodafone. Coverage.
Mazda plate clearance ends soon. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Are you paying for mobile coverage you don't need? Vodafone doubled their network last year and cover you where it counts. Meanwhile, another big telco spends millions to build towers in the middle of nowhere and charges customers for it. Get coverage where 98.5% of Aussies actually live with Vodafone. Search Vodafone coverage.
In a world where walkies are walking nightmares.
Oh no!
There's Leica. Real dog food that makes your dog's poo less horrific. It's designed to optimize gut health, leading to healthier pups and easier to pick up poos. Switch to Leica today. Exclusively available at leica.com.au.
If you're a small business, you know this sound. That's loan approval taking time when you don't have it. And this is your lightning loan, getting approved by OnDeck in minutes, not hours or days, so you can get back on the tools faster. Go on, join the fast lane with OnDeck. Go to ondeck.com.au. T's and C's apply, and loan subject to a very fast approval.
Every massive moment lives right here.
That is as good as you'll see.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy, and the first quarter is coming up next.
Collingwood! Magpie Army, it's Daisy Thomas here. Let's get behind the mighty Pies. Yeah, you better bloody believe it. You know you're the biggest. You know you're the envy of the rest of the competition. Let's show them how it's done, and let's build together the biggest army yet. Get on board as a 2026 member today and join the Magpie Army. Go Pies!
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, backing tradies with all the lighting, fans, switches and electrical for the job. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Very nice. The Pies and the Giants in town. The Marvel Stadium is starting to fill. And, of course, looking forward in perfect conditions, as always, for a hot game tonight. Kate McCarthy in the house, of course, with the great Joe Montagna. And joined at the front row, of course, by, he was, is and always will be the best in the business, Brian Taylor. G'day, BT.
G'day, Baz. How are you?
I'm going all right. You had a good week?
Not bad.
And a Collingwood legend.
Plumbing issues, really?
Hey.
I've had a few.
Collingwood legend.
No, he's Collingwood legend, Coleman medalist and all that. Yeah, absolutely. We know all that.
A bit heavy, Joey.
Yeah.
I just thought when the Pies here and BT's here and 100 goals. Superstar. We'll go with superstar.
What do you think of the big opening with all the lights and power and action for the Pies?
Overhyped and under-delivered.
Because they're not here a lot at Marvel.
No, they're not. There's a few here tonight. I couldn't help but think a lot of what Joey said in the very short preview. I didn't agree with any of it. But
sound like you're in a good mood tonight, Brian.
Well,
what did you agree with?
Oh, right.
I have some noise in my ears so I can actually hear. Here they come now, the technicians.
Okay.
What did you not agree with?
Had 4 hours to get rid of this anyway. But what were the questions you asked Joey again?
You didn't like because you're always
we talked about the decision last night.
Yeah, and the next.
Player on the bench.
Player on the bench.
You're always.
I said
it's overplayed.
I said we asked, is it okay to have players on the bench 20 minutes in the grand final?
Joey, I want to tell you how simple it is.
Yeah.
So you've got a highly overpaid conditioning guy.
Yeah.
Not one. You've got about 4 at each club, right? Tell me that they can't work out that in this game tonight, let's pick 2 players. Who's the best player for GWS?
We'll go Finn Callaghan.
Okay, who's the best player for Collingwood?
We'll go Nick Dacon.
We want both of those on if the game's close at the end, don't we?
Yes.
Otherwise, we can just do our normal rotations.
Yeah.
So when it gets to the, say, 15-minute mark of the last quarter, maybe even the 17-minute mark of the last quarter,
What if he hasn't been off yet and they're exhausted?
Okay, but how can that not be planned? You know it's close. How can at three-quarter time the guy say, hey, listen, Nick, we're going to change the rotation in this quarter to make sure we've got you on for the last 10 minutes of the game? How can that not happen? Like, these guys are paid fortunes.
Yeah, they are. Sometimes things just happen in a game. But I get your point, BT, and we'll keep an eye on it tonight. We'll be all over it.
So just have your best players on the ground.
On the ground.
At the most important time, Daz. It's not a hard crest to be able to honour. And if I were doing the phys ed down there, I reckon I could organise it at three-quarter time, have a sense of what the game is serving up to us. Hey, guys, be aware of this. And by the way, Nick, if you're caught on the bench, Steele tonight, if you're on the ground, you are the player that has to sacrifice your position to get the better. So you run off regardless of where the ball is.
Yep. Fair enough, Kate.
Yeah, I think sort of having that foresight in the fourth quarter is important, and making sure, like I said earlier, if he's coming off, he's the second rotation because he's out there at the start of the quarter, then he's off, and then he's back on for the last 15, 20 minutes of the game.
Get off.
Kate, just say, Brian, you put a very strong argument.
I completely agree, and you took the words out of my mouth. That's what I said pre-game, BT. You were out the back having your BT special, and I said exactly what you said.
Ash, hello. Ash is here, Red Z Lender.
Yes.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
No, I'm all good. Really looking forward to
Who
this.
do you agree with, Brian or me?
Yes. I agree with both of you. How's that? I'm not sitting on the fence, by the way.
Splinters Chew Man.
Exactly. That's my middle name.
What do you got for us, Ash, on the Red Zs tonight?
Concern for Collingwood. Opening 6 games of last season, they were fifth in attack, averaging 94 points per game, opposed to their last 11 at only 72. But Scott Pendlebury is only playing 60% game time this season from his 2 matches. However, third-rated player at the Pies, averaging 21 disposals and second to the club for score involvements. And here's one for you, BT. Jesse Hogan, his last 4 games against Collingwood, he's kicked 12 goals straight.
Very nice. Saw him go off the ground before. I think he's just having a leak. Joey, just on Scotty Pendlebury playing 60% of game time so far, do you think that's giving him a bit of a hurry up to say, hey, shit, I've only got this amount of time on the ground. I haven't got time to work more. I've got to go hard from the start.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think with 5 on the bench, you can afford to play one player for 50, 60% game time. And if it's a player that knows that, he knows he can go hard for 7 minutes and he's going to come off. And he comes on when the heat's out of the game, which is important too. And I really like it. Love to see Fly do it again tonight.
Don't think they'll have that luxury with Moore and Howe coming back in tonight, both a little bit underdone, so they might have to juggle the game time.
All right, Bob Jane teammates on the boundary. Sarah Hosking, as we know tonight, AFLW 2025 Mark of the Year. G'day, Hosco.
Baz, it's great to be here. Now the roof is closed. Perfect weather conditions tonight for a great game of football. This is the first time that these two sides have played at Marvel Stadium against each other in a bid to get a larger crowd tonight. Now Collingwood are selling $3 meat pies and $8 beers, so I know where I'll be at halftime. But for our outs tonight, we've got Collingwood, Will Parker, Ed Allen and Jack Buller all come out. As we mentioned before, Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore come back in, and the debutant in Oscar Steen. He's a big 201 centimetre ruck over from West Adelaide. And for GWS, out comes Jack Buckley due to injury, Harry Rouston out, and then James Leake and Ollie Hannaford for the debutant. And he is a young, small forward, quite zippy, and he was in the top touting of the 20-metre sprint.
Nice work, Sarah. Thanks for completing that. We're ready to get underway here at Marvel Stadium.
Timed it beautifully.
Little knockdown, Oliver out of the middle. Got it to centre half forward immediately. Collingwood will defend, though, and do it nicely. Through to Goey. Through the middle of the ground now. Houston, short kick, finds Pendlebury. Pendlebury thought about the short one to Nick Dacos. Goes a little longer and deeper, very long and deep, actually. Good-looking ball. Mark has taken down there. And it is Membry that has taken the mark 20 metres out.
Well, nice transition by the Pies. That's what we want to see more of. They went from D50 to inside 50 in a hurry, and without Buckley and Sam Taylor, it means Himmelberg, who normally loves to be the sort of third, fourth key defender floating across, has to play a bit more of a key defender role and being beaten straight up.
Let's go back to Sarah. She's still going. No, that's all right.
And don't be shy, Sarah, with those pies and beers. Bringing a couple up to the box.
Yes, Sarah, come on. Bob Jane. There's Tim Membry.
Stay behind, Lockie.
From about 25 metres out. Oh, it's gone hushy. here. Unusual for such Ferrellville. As he comes in, kicks the goal. Membry gets the first in the opening minute of the game. One straight on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. GWS yet to score.
Yeah, well, we heard from Sarah, the debutant Oscar Steen coming in. He took the first centre ball up. We've got to get out of the habit of calling it a centre bounce, but he took the first one of the game in the ruck. Darcy Cameron sitting at full forward for the Pies. So that's the height that they're going to add, or the look that they're looking to change up to get some more height in their forward line.
And it could be a double win because Collingwood's centre bounce stuff to start the season has been horrible. Really, Darcy Cameron has struggled with the new rules, so Steen using his height and athleticism, I like it. They can get a win in the forward line and in the ruck.
And that was what Craig McRae said he'd be bringing as his big weapon watching the debutant announcement. He said, your big weapon's your centre bounce, so get to work in there.
Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments. Joe Montagna, Kate McCarthy. Right, who's your winner, Kate?
I think the Pies get the job done.
Joey?
Yeah, Pies should.
It's McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Nice tap down the young man Steen. Straight down the throat of Nick Dacos, who delivers inside forward 50 for the Pies. Schultz tracks at ground level. Good tackle, Lockie Ash.
High contact.
High contact, not good tackle. I take my words back. Free kick to Schultz. And he's about 35 out sliding.
Well, that centre bounce hit from Oscar Steen was magnificent. Every player is getting around to the big fella too. He got up, flicked it over their head for Nick Dacos on the wrap. That was absolutely perfect.
Wasn't the first tackle, Baz, it was the extra hand across after, so you're right. The first tackle was a good tackle, but teammate came across and got him.
Yeah, always miss that. Second one. Schultz. Schultz. Brian, you're right. Thank you. Half post puts it through. Pies have started beautifully. And they're two straight goals. And the Giants are yet to score. 2.5 minutes into the first term. That's all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade, backing tradies, water lighting, fan switches and electrical for the job. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Well, it's been a good start for the Pies. For all the talk about their firepower, a couple of goals in the first couple of minutes in this game and pretty clinical as well. 2 entries, 2 goals.
On back to the middle, immediately a group of Collingwood players form around Steen and they plan the next takeaway, Joey.
Yeah.
Impressive stuff from the big boy.
Might be able to do some tricks in here with the way Steen's getting up over Briggs.
He is indeed. Back to the middle we go. Umpires Nick Foot, Matt Stevic, Brendan Hoskin, Craig Fleer. Very experienced group of umpires tonight. Nick Foot with a throw up here. Steen's gone again and got the arm there to Pendlebury, who's being held a little bit by Callaghan. Ensured that Oliver won the clearance out of the middle, got it to Toby Green. Handball was a little fierce. Through they come. Couldn't win it there, McCreary. Side bottom did. Sort of threw it, then tried to reel it back in. Josh Dacos has tackled. Got a beautiful handball away to Pendlebury. Pendlebury, wonderful control to Houston. His kick was smothered by Callaghan. Callaghan over the top. Here's Riccardi. Got the handball. Long ball. They go forward. Gothard's got it. Boundary along the ground. Great kick. Sensational kick from Gothard. And the goal will count, no doubt about it. He dribbled it from beyond the point post. And they get their first, the Giants. They're 1 straight. Collingwood 2 straight on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Wow, loving the start to this one. It's just free-flowing footy. Great pressure, forward half pressure from the Giants that forced the turnover. It was the Finn Callaghan smother that won possession for the Giants just outside their their forward 50. Chain of handballs. Gothard, he had a look inboard. He saw Toby Green and then decided to go for the dribble kick along the boundary line and got the perfect bounce over the top of Braden Maynard as he was diving to try and touch it.
Bob Jane teammates, Sarah.
We've got Josh Dacos that has gone down with his heavily strapped left shoulder. He's come straight off the ground and gone straight down to the room, so I'll keep you tuned.
Bob Jane teammates get a massive 20% off selected Pirelli. Buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on top tyre brands, bobjane.com.au. For McDonald's and Remote Water, Triple M rocks footy. Callaghan wins it out of the centre for the Giants. His delivery inside is read beautifully by Darcy Moore. Back for the Pies. The skipper marks about 40 from the goal he's defending.
Outside 5, play on.
He's out wide, outside defensive 50 to Nick Dacos. Little hand pass Quainer. Runs with the footy, delivers to Cameron, who's forward to the wing out of side. Off hands Ash, though, to clean up for the Giants. Hand pass comes out to Callaghan, back to Ash. And he delivers a long ball out here to the broadcast wing.
Gothard flies, couldn't mark it. Still side bottom, did in fact. Long handball to Pendlebury. Pendlebury, long handball to Nick Dacos. Got around Oliver. Sizzling ball to Jamie Elliott. Hands on it, couldn't mark it. Off hands it comes to Iden. Little knock further forward, back to Gothard, his third touch of the footy. Coughed up here. Dacos, either quick handball or a throw. Gobbled up there by Oliver. Oliver tried to get it for Whitfield. He went searching with just the arm rather than the body. It spills here to Degoe. Degoe around the body offline. That'll be out of bounds, or a mark to Cameron. Might be the later, it is. And the mark is paid to Darcy Cameron. Very, very deep on the boundary. Wrong side for the right footer.
Just hang on. Right there.
Umpire Matt Stevic, you can hear now. Umpire Mike's an exclusive to Triple M football. No one else gets them in the footy world. Hard to believe, I know, but it's true. It is. Cameron taking his time, thinking about what he needs to do here on his non-preferred boot. Going to snap it around the left. About 25 metres around from the goal mouth. Good connection. It's tight. Good result. Is it touched? And we're going to have a goal review here, says goal umpire Davey Roden.
Doesn't call for the score review too often, Davey Roden. He's normally very decisive with his decisions.
So just
score review. Umpire's call is one behind. Please check that it was touched before going over.
Doesn't normally get him wrong, Davey Roden.
No. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball deviates after making contact with the post. Decision on scoreboards.
Okay, so took a slither of the post. A minor score, it shall be. Collingwood 2-1-13. The Giants 1 straight 6 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
I feel like with the extra height of Darcy Cameron sitting in the forward line as well, the Giants, we know their two talls are out, Buckley and Sam Taylor, so it's going to be hard to stop the big boys if they start to get nice service in there.
Whitfield out to Laverde with a short kick inside defensive 50. Spotted up Brown here on the wing, and he kicks and marks. So he's just defensive side of the wing for the Giants. Ripping start, 2-1 to 1 straight goal. The Pies lead, 7 points up. Long high kick to centre half forward and a big leap back of the pack, no mark. Falls down to Delane at ground level. Little hand pass England for the Giants. Hand pass Riccardi. Cross the body from 45, lands short. Inside the square, Gothard's going to go again. Perryman's got his hammer. Hand pass Thomas, back to Gothard, one way then the other. Back to Thomas, kick smothered out of bounds, Perryman. And Perryman, 1, 2, 3 efforts. Kills the footy for the Pies back pocket.
Did well there, Perryman. Giants had extra numbers inside their forward 50. They were just trying to work out the best avenue to goal, but Maynard got important smother in.
And we throw in deep in the Giants' attack zone here. Bundled out of the way, and that'll be a free kick going the way of the Pies to Steen. Any sign of Josh Dacos coming back yet, Sarah, down there?
No sign yet.
Having a little technical problem there, so we'll fix that up for you. Nick Dacos to Perryman. Back to Nick Dacos, another opportunity. Jeez, that's a good kick. It was punched away from Cameron by a very desperate Laverde, but it was a fantastic spoil. Back to you, Sarah.
Yeah, Josh Dacos has just come out of the race and he has been given the thumbs up and he's got a smile on his face, so it looks like he will be back out there very shortly.
Collingwood by 7 points here. Early stages. It has been, as everyone has predicted, a very, very slick game of football. When I say, I'm talking slick and quick. Ash arches the back. Got rid of the tackler. Oliver to Cornelio. Took a bounce. Took a second bounce. Cornelio on the left boot. Not a great kick. Picked up by Gothard brilliantly. Lipinski goes in and bounces out. Little handball come to Perryman. Got boot to ball. Spills to Oliver. Oliver banged it on the boot. Just had any sort of shot at goal. And misses to the right-hand side. And the minor score. So 7 plays 13 in favour of the Pies.
Nick Dacos, no tag whatsoever. So he's just running around free tonight, Baz. So expect big numbers from the little champ.
As Darcy Moore runs a long way from the edge of the line on the square. And he kicks outside defensive 50. As Fondy had it, little hand pass Brown, a short kick to Riccardi, and he's marked right forward pocket. He's about 35 out. He's only about 10 metres inside the boundary, if that.
Pressure's good from the Giants so far, particularly in their front half. Once they've been able to get the ball inside their forward 50, they've been able to lock it in and get a shot on goal as a result.
So Jake Riccardi settles for the drop punt. Right forward pocket. Trots in right foot. And it goes just across the face of goal and slips in for a point. So 2-1-13 the Pies, 1-1-7 the Giants, 10.5 first term Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Houston to launch from full back.
Bring it in. Play on. Yours.
He's on. Quickly in, not his best kick. Long had to really make it work in the air and he did it pretty well. Handball to Nick Dacos. You heard Joe talk about him a moment ago. No opponent. Quainer looking for De Goey. Ash over the back of De Goey. Took a wonderful mark at half back. Little sideways ball to Canelio. Canelio to Laverty, and they transfer it out of play to Thomas.
So Thomas Marks just dragged it in one hand on the outer side wing. Eyes darting left and right. Where's he want to go? Umpire says, come on, son, you got to get on with it. And a hand pass off to Leak, and his kick was smothered out of bounds. And high fives everywhere for the Pies. Good defensive work. Boundary throw-in that's on the true wing position. Outer side of the ground with Collingwood with a 5-point lead, 11.5 first term.
Yeah, Nick Dacos, Baz, 7 disposals in 11 minutes so far.
Oh, that is hot.
Yep.
That is some hot work there. Red Z Lennox stats. Side bottom, wonderful pick up with his non-preferred hand. Then a left foot launcher to centre half forward. Once again, plenty of GWS players here. Himmelberg and the nice pinkies tonight comes through. Kicks it straight down the throat of Darcy Moore. He goes on the counter-attack to Houston. Houston with a beautiful ball out wide to Memory. Marks 55 metres out. He's over-kicked it to Elliott. He just needed to put it in front and let him make the speed into it. Tried to kick it straight to him, and now Oliver at half back. His kick.
Yeah, so let off the hook, the GWS. Short kick Canelio from Oliver. He just spins the ball in one hand, just eyes darting. Someone present. Goes Ash, who's run up from half back. He's got it right in the middle of Marvel. Comes out here to Angwin on the broadcast swing with a nice kick. And again, eyes darting left and right, waiting, just hanging on to it, waiting for the option at half forward, and Fonty presents. And he takes the mark. So he's on boundary side, about 65 out. Little short kick inside's okay to Toby Green. And Toby just tucks the footy to his chest and turns his back and stops looking, and from boundary side about 50 out, looks like he's going to have a shot.
I think Toby needs a breather. This game's being played at such a frenetic pace. He's just, there's the veteran out there just said, I'm just going to take the 30 seconds and let everyone have a breath.
I want everyone to think 6 years ago, cast your minds back how unwatchable the game was. Yeah. Sideways, backwards, no attack. And now it's full on. It is unbelievably quick.
Yeah, it's magnificent. There's Green. The long drop punt won't be a goal. It's going to land 10 metres short. Big pack. Steen again. Young man reading the play well. First game in the system 4 years. And his chance tonight, he started well. 1-3-9 the Giants. And the Pies 2-1-13, 13.5 first term.
Stoppages so far in this game, Two-Man?
We've only had 3. We've yet to have a ball up though, Kate, for Red Z, and we've played, 13.
Just be interested if you can get an average stoppages per quarter or per game for us, so we can have some context with that incredible stat.
88 stoppages per game this year.
88 compared to what would have been the previous years, Joey.
98 was last year. Okay. I looked at it today, Chew. That's how I knew.
That's Red Z Lenny Beauty, Joey.
This is a guy that's on top of stuff, Ash. Take note. 70 metres out. Long ball on the head of Hogan. Can't get a run at it. And the big fella Frampton just went up and plucked it out of the air.
Last night there was 104, Brian. That's why it was a bit too many.
What about round 4, 2016?
Frampton. Very wide with the kick. Nice mark in front here taken by Callahan.
He wanders back with it. And again, another entry coming up for the Giants, you'd think. You heard from the umpire. Play on, and he does. Runs around. Left foot drop punt's going to land about 25 metres out. No mark taken. Fall of the ball. And working hard was Quainer. Got it out to the Rolls-Royce Pendry by hand. Little hand pass to Steele side bottom. Long drop punt outside defensive 50. McStay lays the tackle on Laverty. And the ball shuffled out of bounds by Angwin. Boundary throw-in. 60 around from the Giants' goal.
Well, after that fast start for Collingwood, the last 5 or 8 minutes has been controlled by the Giants, Two-Man.
Yeah, 7 out of the last 8 inside 50s.
And they're getting good looks inside 50 too, GWS. So Collingwood just have to defend tight here.
Have a look how switched on they are, the Giants. All pointing, all directing, all telling each other what to do, all caring about the area next to them.
Sorry, BT, I think that's on the back of how poor they've been in first quarters the last couple of weeks. Have really left a lot to be desired, so it's good to see them switched on here from the first ball up.
Riccardi, Angwin, Callahan, Whitfield. Look at the pick-up from Angwin. Slick as Riccardi comes back inside to Fonty. Fonty's kick out wide is a ripper. Finds this man here in O'Halloran. Now O'Halloran, the man on the mark, stands right on the 50-metre mark. O'Halloran looks a little lacking in confidence, but now going to settle down and have a set shot at goal here. You have to kick it 53 or 4. And it's certainly capable.
Yeah, right on his limit, but he, of course, can run out at the last minute just to try and get an extra metre or two away from the man on the mark.
So when he comes to the southern end of Marvel Stadium, kicker's hoisted very high. It's going to go close to the line, touch right on the line. As you said, right on his limits, Joey, and a minor score there in the end. So it's a 3-point Collingwood lead, Sarah, for Bob Jane T-Marts.
That's right. Now, we just had Oscar Steen, the debut game, coming off as the key ruck, and now everyone got around him. Fly got up, gave him a big hug and a big pat, and cheered alongside Collingwood's faithful.
It was a ripping start from the young man. His tap down to Dacos was elite for a centre clearance. There's a long kick to the outer side has been marked by Himmelberg on the wing for the Giants.
Struggling to get it out of their defensive half the last 5 to 10 minutes, the Pies.
Blazed away with a few kicks, Collingwood.
Himmelberg, long drop punt, kicks to the danger zone, about 20 out from goal. Tap down off hands, huge hands, big pack. Houston got it, hand pass over the top to Steele's side bottom. Got it to Chris, bit of space here. Long drop punt out here to the outer side wing, the broadcast wing, to a one-on-one.
McStain, neat ball to go. This is better use. You just heard they were bulldozing their way out. Now they're kicking their way out. Elliott should get the free. No free. Trying to mark it on the chest. And now taking it away from half-back is a little one here from Thomas. Finds an opportunity with Iden. Iden gives the handball to Callaghan. He got the give-and-go run. Don't they love it in his hands? To Cornelio, back to Callaghan. Callaghan to Riccardi. Riccardi in the middle of the ground, back to Callaghan. His third involvement, Callaghan. They love the ball going through him. Long ball inside 50, no winner in the air. Long attack that got the handball out wide. Anglin went the body rather than the ball. Picked up here, big opportunity, picked up by Hannaford. Hannaford, the first gamer, kicks it out of bounds on the fall. And we'll have a kick into play by the Pies in their back pocket.
Well, the Giants are going to have to run and handball. Collingwood defenders are just sitting back a little bit. They're allowing the Giants forwards to get high. So if Giants kick it, they'll kick it straight back to Collingwood. So they need to continue to run and carry.
Jeremy Howe back tonight, out of the back pocket for the Pies. Fonte leaps, doesn't mark, just inside the boundary, right in front of us on the wing. Long puts his head over it, tackled by one arm, can't hand pass the umpire, will ball it up.
Been impressed with Angwin's start to this game. He's been really good, ball in hand. We saw the one-handed pickup. He's had 7 disposals, an important tackle just there and a clearance as well.
Ball thrown in the air. Tapped to ground level, an opportunity for Crisp again. Received the hand pass, bump, but got a kick to half forward. McStay's got 2 to beat, won't. Ball bounced past him and Ash has got it. He's taken one bounce, hand pass over the top.
Yeah, found Whitfield. Whitfield wanted him to keep running, Ash, but he didn't. They pick it up, the Pies, handball to Goey. To Goey to Lipinski. Lipinski, neat ball. It's been marked by Mustay. No one on the mark, so he runs into an open goal. Skids it along the ground, and Davey says yes, yes, yes. 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Pies kick their third goal, and they're 3-1-19 to the Giants 1-4-10 on the Beacon Train scoreboard.
Joey, I thought for a minute there, Dan McStay, that point where you sort of think, oh, do I go, do I not? And then you end up just completely stuffing it up. That was not clean at all off his boot, but it did trickle through for a goal. But you can see both teams, as soon as they get a turnover, it's a clear directive just to get it and go before the defence is set. At the moment, I think Collingwood have probably been a little bit cleaner when they've got it and gone quickly. The Giants, just that last kick going inside forward 50, not really to their forwards' advantage, so that mid-forward connection just falling down for them.
There was the come forward from Pendlebury to apply the tackle. The Giants handball game. Pendlebury read it, cut it off, and that allowed the easy turnover goal.
Triple M Seabo Super special comments, Joe Montagna, and of course Kate McCarthy, Seabo Super, build you something the smart way. Bob J. T-Mart, Sarah.
As fans will be very happy. Josh Dacos came off at the 5-minute mark. He was off for 14 minutes with a shoulder injury. He is now back on the ground.
Good news for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Pies had worked at the half forward, and again Ash cut it off. Nice hand pass to Fonte, who kicks out to Oliver, floor to the wing, outer side of the ground. The running player is Thomas. Nice hands to him. Kicks out wide towards the outer side half forward line. Young Hannaford fires. He puts it out in the full.
His first 2 kicks both out of bounds on the full, Baz. Not a great start.
Oliver Hannaford, not a great start. And in relation to Ross Hannaford, Ash, of course, the former guitarist for Daddy Cool.
Yes, right. Unfortunately passed away a few years ago.
He did.
Yeah. Went and saw him and Ross Wilson do a gig at Crown. They were doing it for Collingwood, actually, for a function for Collingwood.
Yep.
They were there for rehearsal. They rolled up both together at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a night function. Didn't even talk to each other. Don't even say hello. Never talked to each other. Got up there, banged out, what is it, Eagle Rock.
Yep.
Beautiful it was, and just don't talk to each other. Despised each other. Pendlebury through the middle of the ground. Here's Josh Dacos. Lovely little ball. Well measured. Dacos goes inside 50. Elliott's got another chance. Ball hits the deck. He recovers. Beautiful knock on to Membry. Membry around the corner got his second goal. Collingwood got their fourth goal. On fire. Slickness is incredible. Got a couple. Membry. 4-1-25 to the Giants 1-4-10.
Was another opportunity for Jamie Elliott inside forward 50. That last kick at times either just hasn't quite gone to his advantage, or, as what happened before, just spilt a chest mark. But that was really clever from him. He knew he didn't need to take possession of the ball as soon as it was on the ground. Just put the hand, tapped it into the path of Tim Membry, who then was able to get up and snap it around his body.
Great song, Eagle Rock.
Oh, yeah, it was ripping. So Australian.
How's that one go?
Iconic song.
How does it go, Badger?
Doing the Eagle Rock.
It's a great song.
Great song.
BT, too smart.
Ross Wilson, magnificent.
Yes.
Hannaford, probably the best guitar player that Australia's ever had.
Brilliant. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Ross Hannaford. He was superb. And we do miss him. For McDonald's and Remont, what a Triple M Rocks footy.
We never really knew him.
No, we didn't know him personally, Brian, that's right. When the footy is on, and you can't miss a moment, get Macca's delivered for a 99-cent delivery free. Only at Macca's for the My Macca's app for McDonald's and Remont Water. Here we go. Out of the centre go the Giants again. And there's Stringer with his head over the footy at half forward. He couldn't pick it up, but Quainer sort of rang past it, and Stringer had a chance to pick it up again, but his hand pass was a turnover. McCreary's got a hand pass to Josh Dacos. Good to see him back on the ground, as we heard from Sarah. Kick into the centre to Membry. Hand pass Lipinski. His kick was a bit short. It was DeGoey he was after, and Iden dived and marked on his chest in the back pocket.
Fell over DeGoey, and the ball had already been left the boot. Here's Thomas, half back for the Giants, so getting their share of possession here. What are the overall possessions in this quarter, Ash?
Yeah, 92-73 Giants way.
Time in forward half in this quarter, Ash.
Yeah, time in forward half, GWS going at 64%.
Inside 50s in this quarter, Ash.
16-10 the Giants way.
Callahan to Whitfield. Whitfield half forward. Lovely little ball. Cornelio marks. Be right on his capability. Man on the mark standing at 47, Braden Maynard.
Joey, have you noticed how nervous Ash gets in the box when Ash is on the field? So every time Lockie Ash gets the ball, the callers call Ash, and he just gets a bit nervous as to whether he's missed something or hasn't quite heard what stat they want.
I know one of you is going to throw the bait out there during the course of this podcast tonight. It's happened before.
Well, he's a natural nervy little thing. Is the two-man. His tiny little ass. Cornelio from 50. Will be a good kick for him. Gets onto it nicely, puts it to the right though, and a minor score. So 1-5-11 to Collingwood, 4-1-25 Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Both teams transitioning the ball pretty well when they get going out of their back half and getting really good looks. So offensively, they'll be happy, not so much defensively, I don't think, at the moment.
Delivery into Darcy Moore, who runs with the footy from half-back. Kick to the wing, McStay off hands. Spilled to Crisp, hand pass McCreary. Broke the tackle, and then hand pass to the Rolls-Royce Pendlebury. Still about 70 from Collingwood's goal. Hand pass to Crisp. He broke a tackle, then balanced. Kick towards 30 out. Nice work.
What a kick.
And coming out and rolling and tumbling again was Membry, who's kicked a couple in this first quarter, and he's been the recipient of some nice feed.
It was a beautiful kick, as you said, BT. It was just low across his body, but right to the centre sort of corridor where Membry could just lead straight out onto it and just threaded the needle between 3 or 4 GWS defenders who would have been in a better position if that ball did not go where it did.
So Membry, one of the key forwards for the Pies. Questions were asked during the week. They've responded well in this first term. He's setting up for his third goal. He'll drop it onto his boot, 40 out, virtually directly in front. And he's always been a beautiful kick of the drop punt, and that was magnificent. Collingwood have got 5. 5-1-31 now plays 1-5-11 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade backing tradies with all the lighting, fan switches and electrical for the job. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
Yeah, just the 11 inside 50s for Collingwood with only 3 minutes left in the quarter. They've they're 6 behind in that category. Giants have had a lot more, but they've been really efficient, and that's because they've got an open forward line. And they've been able to counterpunch. I'm not sure whether that was the second or third goal from D50, but they are moving the ball really nicely from the back half of the Pies.
Yeah, spot on. Their third goal generated from D50. They're going at 29% by way of D50 transition, which is 6 above the league average.
Membry kicked 3 1/4 before Ash, I think so. Probably wouldn't have, didn't he?
Yep. Yeah, I reckon he has, BT.
Yeah, I reckon he has too. Probably just would have said yes. Back to the middle we go. Umpire Craig Fleer. Nice ball up. Look at the big fella, Steen, in the middle. Just knock it down the throat of Nick Dacos. Tell you what, Nick Dacos will be happy. Spills here now to steal as the advantage is paid, and his mongrel kick goes out of bounds on the full. A rare bad one inside 50. Down to you, Sarah.
Look away, Pies supporters, because Darcy Moore in his first game back has gone straight down to the rooms, potentially with a soft tissue, but I'll come back to you when I have some more info.
Boy, let's hope it's for a wee, not the soft tissue. Goodness me, that would be not good. Baz?
No, it isn't. Yes. Oh, kick was smothered. And O'Halloran has to go again, and he does. He gets out of trouble, picks it up, kicks left, but it was a rush ball now. And Steen, who started well, has taken the mark for Collingwood on the wing, the young ruck. And pass off Josh Dacos, back to Maynard by hand, back to Josh Dacos by hand, over to Nick Dacos by hand, and now a long, high kick inside. Lipinski's got 400 to beat, and Himmelberg will mark easily inside his defensive 50 for the Giants.
The pink-booted Himmelberg sounds like a rare sort of butterfly or something. Here's Ash.
I remember your pink-booted Quaynor from a couple of seasons back too, BT. Yes. That was good.
There is Quaynor. Speaking of the man, got the double dip. Kick out wide is a wonderful high, straight, sideways thing to Josh Dacos. Winner of the best and fairest 2 years ago, beat his brother. Nick missed the last couple of games of the year. Still should have won it, didn't win last year either.
Did Peter walk out of that one?
Well, I think they were surprised. Here's Membry, 50 metres out, centering ball up. They fly over the back. Pendlebury caught in the tackle there by Brown. Got him. Pendles was away. Got him in the nick of time. It would have been a certain goal.
It's been a sprightly first term. Ash, who's had most of the pill?
Finn Callaghan for Red Z is the leading ball winner, Baz, with 12 touches.
Well, that kicks a turnover into a sea of players, so a contested situation. Who's going to win it? The Giants out of trouble. Toby Green got himself right in the middle of that pack. A little short kick will come out to Hogan, who marks on the wing, goes over the top with a ball, and having to run with the flight of it was Big Briggs, who wouldn't be afraid of anything with that big rig. And he takes the mark. 70 out from the Giants goal. Goes long into the pocket. There's Stringer. Dropped the mark. Riccardi there. Picked it up. Put it through. 5-6 metres out. And the Giants get their second. 2-5-17. Plays Collingwood's 5-1-31. 28 minutes into the first term on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, they were just outnumbered inside their D50 there, Collingwood, because Jeremy Howe had to really come forward off his man to try and slow up the play, and he did a pretty good job to hold up Briggs just outside the forward 50 for the Giants, but they couldn't get numbers back. Stringer probably should have marked it really in the end, but Riccardi was in the right spot. And again, still seeing free-flowing footy, both forward lines getting really good looks. Giants just haven't been as accurate as Collingwood in this first quarter. It's probably been the only difference in the scoreboard.
Stringer having a bit of a chat with the umpire. You can see while the rest of the team has a forward line meeting. And he's talking to umpire Nick Foot there.
Stay out of the way.
And he's just told Stringer to stay out of the way. Just joking, Baz. Back in the middle. We go in the middle. The umpire, Matty Stevic's gone over. That was the big grunt you heard.
McCreary.
Out of the middle comes Toby Green. Toby Green, long ball. Maynard with the big fist and landed horribly, but gets back to his feet. And we'll have a boundary throw in deep in the Orange Tsunami's forward pocket.
Well, that was Matt Stevic through the audio that told the players to get out of the way from behind him, and they still didn't.
It was a fair whack too, you could hear it in there.
Someone's going to be out of pocket.
Yeah, boundary throw in. What have we got? Seconds left to play in this first term, so the Giants a chance here. Toby Green's got to get around four pies, hand pass Stringer. And the umpire blew the whistle first, and it's a free kick to Collingwood. Ash, what have you noticed? Anything special?
Well, that man, Toby Green, he's only had the 5 touches. He just racked up a couple inside the last 2 minutes.
Red Z Lending Loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com.
The short-haired McCreary from half-back. It's a bit like a lizard or something. Here's the little one at Harry Himmelberg, who's been prominent in this quarter, and an electric quarter of football Will just dealt. It was fun to watch. Ball was moving end-to-end at incredible speed, skill, pace, which is the same as speed on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. 5-1-31 Collingwood, 2-5-17 the Giants. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, backing tradies with all the lighting, fans, switches and electrical for the job. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
From McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
when the footy's on and you can't miss a moment, get Macca's delivered for a 99-cent delivery fee. Only on the My Macca's app. Just pulled into the driveway? Grab your TV remote and don't miss a second of the footy.
Riccardi. Over the top. Gothard. How good?
Live and free on 7 and streaming on 7 Plus.
Tomorrow morning from 10, it's Triple M's Dead Set Legends.
Listen to this crowd. We're ready to go.
Join the Queen of Triple M footy, Kate McCarthy, four-time Premiership star Isaac Smith, and the big newsbreaker Xander Maguire as they get you ready for a massive weekend in sport. Triple M's Dead Set Legends. Tomorrow morning from 10 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
HBF is your health dream team. Join HBF today.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
Typical evening speeds 500 megabits per second, 7 to 11 p.m. Mean cost $74.99 if you return the modem. T's and C's apply.
Macca's new Bistro Bernays Angus range can now be enjoyed with a refreshing Kirk's Lemon Lime and Bitters. Compliments to the chef. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30 a.m. for a limited time.
Collingwood! Magpie Army, it's Daisy Thomas here. Let's get behind the mighty Pies. Yeah, you better bloody believe it. You know you're the biggest. You know you're the envy of the rest of the competition. Let's show them how it's done, and let's build together the biggest army yet. Get on board as a 2026 member today and join the Magpie Army. Go Pies!
If you've been injured on the road, you could be entitled to compensation of hundreds of thousands of dollars in addition to your TAC claim. Call now and talk to a lawyer with the experience to take on the system and win. Arnold, Thomas and Becker. No win, no fee, no fear.
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible!
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, Supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
You got to finish that deck off, but that strained calf is hammering away. You need pain relief from muscle and joint injuries. Celebrex Relief works as you do. Celebrex Relief. Ask your pharmacist about this product. Incorrect use could be harmful.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. Bob Jane T-Mart's Epic Drive Sale now on. With thousands and wheels discounted. Want a free tyre? Buy 3 selected Bridgestone, Yokohama, Kumho, J-Trax or Hankook tyres and the 4th tyres free. Get up to $200 in cashback on selected tyres. Plus 35% off selected brand new 17-inch Monster alloy wheels. No one beats our best tyre price guarantee. At Bob Jane T-Mart's, we'll look after you.
T's and C's apply.
Big with Bunnings Trade and you could win a Toyota Hilux SR5. Register online and get an entry for every $200 spent and a single transaction with PowerPass. Ends April 28. T's and C's apply. Build big and win with Bunnings Trade in partnership with Toyota.
And 3 intercepts.
Sarah Hosking downstairs, Bob Jane T-Mart.
That's right, BT. Now, Josh Dacos came off early in that first quarter with what appeared to be a left shoulder injury. He was off for 14 minutes but returned to the ground. He is good to go. The big story is Darcy Moore. Late in that first quarter, he had a long kick out of defence and he pulled up straight away with what appears to be a right lower leg injury. He went down to the rooms and still has not returned.
Have not seen him since there.
No, I have not. He's still there. So if it was a wee-wee, it's a long one.
Jesus, that is not good news, Joey and Kate.
No, that is big news.
And Josh Dacos, a bump on the head with a tackle. I know, forget about the tackle. That's okay, but the bump on the head.
Back of the head.
Maybe
that was the one earlier with the shoulder. So obviously clear, and then we're just having a look now. I would say Darcy Moore. That looks very much like a hammy.
Definitely, as he kicked it, he pulled up. That's
right hamstring.
Yep. Ping.
So not good for Darcy Moore. So that we've seen all hamstrings, not blow out, but 3 to 4 weeks depending. If they're a normal one, if they're a bad one, it can be longer.
Tell you what must be hard though, BT. Obviously, Darcy Moore's had the soft tissue issues over the pre-season and has had it earlier in his career. Coming into a game that is this frantic and played at this pace, when it's your first game back for the year, you've got to be ready to go if that's the pace that it's going to be played at.
Because this is as electric as we've seen a game so far this year.
Yeah, it's fast. It's fast. It's fun. It's going to be the team that execute their skills better, particularly going inside 50. Collingwood really efficient that quarter, moved the ball terrific. Giants are also getting good looks, though, just a little bit tardy in their forward 50.
The voice of Joey Montagna sitting alongside Kate McCarthy on Triple M Football. Here's Barry Denner.
McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy, pushed out to the outer side wing. Steele, side bottom, came off the wing to try and get into the contest, but he shoved it straight back to Toby Green, who hand passed to Big Gribbs and a long high kick on the outer side. Well, towards full forward is
that's a slap shoot.
Down the ground level.
I've just got an issue. I just can't hit the button.
Push the wrong button.
No, I thought you were saying something.
I thought he was calling the game. He said Clayton Oliver.
Yeah, he said that.
You're on Red Zeds tonight, too, not calling.
I thought Longo's coming up out the hole.
I thought it was pretty sure it was Toby.
McCreary, little dribbler in the middle. Stay back to McCreary. The overlap of Schultz. Schultz not sure what to do. Got caught in the end. Handball wide now to Membry. Membry hooks it around the body. Goes to a 3-on-1 in favour of the Giants, and Thomas takes an uncontested mark. Little kick sideways. Whitfield.
Stands, little short ball again, just outside defensive 50. And Angwin marks, and he wanders back. Just a bit of slow it up a little bit. It's been a fast-paced first term at the moment. The lead with Collingwood, with 14 points up. Kick out of the outer side wing. Big lead from Frampton. And in front, he takes a nice one-grab mark. True wing position outer side.
Looked to hurt himself a little bit there too, Frampton. I think he's okay. He kicks the ball down the line. Membry will mark. No, he won't. Knocked down of his hands late. Picked up in the end by Long. Handball to side bottom. Oh, beautiful underground. Deliberate bouncing handball to Lipinski. Lipinski's kick around the corner was a mung. Jamie Elliott has had not good delivery in this game so far, but he's fighting on with the tackle here. He tackles Iden to the ground. Picked up here by Fonte. Fonte goes again. Plenty of orange jumpers around Whitfield. Back to Iden, and Iden clears.
Long ball, a pack of about 6 will fly. Went over Frampton's head, and punching it along the ground was Brown, but still side bottom got away. Hand pass, Josh Dacos was run down by Stringer. And Stringer gets the free kick on the outer side, defensive side of the wing. Jake, how many numbers, Ash?
Just his second touch pass.
That was great acceleration, though, from Stringer to mow him down.
Sarah, he's back.
He is back. He's out there. He's having a little jog. He's going up and back.
This is Darcy Moore.
Darcy Moore, yes it is, BT.
Yep.
But he's shaking his head at the moment to the physios, and they're trying to have a little deliberation. I'll get back to you.
Stay with you, Sarah, because this is an important breaking news. Darcy Moore in chats. What's going on, Sarah? What do you think?
Play on. I'm here, mate. Yep.
He's done.
He's just taken a seat, and he looks like he's still in the front seat, so he may be coming back on.
All right, we'll see what transpires. Perryman, short little kick, finds Crisp. Their most consistent player over the last decade, this man, Jack Bruce.
You'd want to be pretty confident it wasn't a soft tissue with sending him back out there, wouldn't you? You would not take the risk, would you?
No, you would not. Nick Dacos goes sideways to Frampton. Frampton goes sideways, and a rare opportunity for players to collect their collective breaths.
I just wonder, BT, whether the coaches have had a word and said, hey, it was a bit too fast for both teams. They've just started with a little bit more kick and catch to start this quarter.
Side bottom, the latest recipient, drills it onto the chest.
Stay clear.
And Schultz, who marks.
I think he's done.
Move it on, play on.
I think he's done.
He plays on, onto the right boot, drills it inside forward, 50 in front. McStay went through his fingertips to the back of the pack. Briggs, hand pass over the top. They're in trouble here. Elliott Good hustle. Won the footy for the Pies. Hand pass Lipinski. Hand pass Crisp. Still all happening inside their forward 50. Hand passed outside to Josh Dacos. Standing start. Waited for the option to present. And a good mark taken by Long, about 35 metres out. On a very slight angle.
Good point. Sorry, Joe.
No, go for it, sir, Kate.
The good point that you made earlier, BT, that none of the service coming Jamie Elliott's way has been where he's pretty much wanted it, but his ability to just stay in the contest, to scrap, to fight, to put pressure on the opponents and make it hard for the Giants to exit their D50.
Ned Long, settles, set shot. Slight angle, very slight, half post high, puts it through. His first for the game, his first for the year. And Collingwood get number 6 tonight, 6-1-37, and 2 goals, 5-17. And the Giants, and that's all in the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard.
So, Ash, he's come back onto the bench, Darcy Moore's been sitting there for what do you think, 3 or 4 minutes since he arrived back out on the surface?
Yeah, probably...
Since quarter
time, he hasn't been on the ground.
He's not coming back.
What's the break, Ash? Is what I'm
Yeah, so he went off at the 24-minute mark in the first quarter. So what's
he's
that?
had about 15 or 20 minutes off. Unlikely, Sarah, isn't it now?
It could be, but I think we have just had some confirmation from one of the girls behind me helping me out that he is clear to go back on.
All right, well, we'll see it. As yet, very, very little movement on the bench, but we're going to trust Sarah because she is not more than a metre away, and they will be working it out. McRae down there at the moment trying to point things out on the board. In the meantime, play goes on out of the middle. Toby Green got the clearance here for the Giants. Goes deep inside 50. Good mark taken there by Perryman. Perryman, neat little ball over the top to Pendlebury.
And he marks and goes short. He's missed the target. Rare miss.
Never seen that.
The Joey very surprised.
That's one of the worst kicks I've seen Pendles do.
Whitfield to Callahan across half back for the Giants. Hand pass back to Whitfield, and he kicks across half back, confident to do that to Fonte, who was taking the mark.
Yeah, both teams clearly just trying to control the ball a little bit more than that first quarter. The influence of the coaches, BT, they've just said just pull it back a little bit. It was a bit too frantic.
Yep.
Full kick to Anglin, who went forward to the wing with a kick, but offhands Houston will clean up for the Pies.
I'm here.
You heard play on 15 to Josh Dacos with a kick, and he goes further back inside defensive 50.
Jeremy Howe, the other one that's back, Ash, how much game time has he had so far as the kick goes out wide here to Frampton from Jeremy Howe?
Yeah, Jeremy Howe BT for Red Z, 62% game time.
Josh Dacos, short handball to Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos, long handball to Houston. Houston, lateral, beautiful ball to the running Howe. He marks almost on his shoelaces. Lovely little drift kick over the top to Crisp, although cutting it off wonderfully is Whitfield. Whitfield got it to Thomas. Thomas caught in the tackle. Ash needs a good sitting bounce off the ground, and he gets it. Little kick around the corner is something, and finds Callahan.
Callahan hits the ground running, and it was a little nice build up and a nice kick 40 metres onto the chest of O'Halloran. Hand pass over towards his teammate, and that was Gruveski, and he's put it out of bounds on the full, and everyone groans and moans. In fact, it was off hands. It's going to be a boundary throw-in.
Ash, I mentioned Crisp was consistent for Collingwood over the past decade. Have you got anything to support that?
Spot on, BT. So past 11 seasons, he's finished in the top 4 in their BNF on 7 occasions.
Wow.
265th consecutive game tonight.
Red Z Lenning stats with the great Ashley Chua. 20 points up of the Pies. 7.5 minutes into the second term. Boundary throw-in. And O'Halloran trying to work it out for the Giants inside their forward 50. And got the free kick because the tackle was good from Pendlebury. And he's got a boundary side about 48 from the goal he's defending.
What do you do in spare time at home, Ash? What do you do? Hold hands with the wife? Do you garden, woodwork, metalwork? What do you do?
All of the above.
I love to walk my sausage dog, Ollie.
Oh, you've got a sausage dog?
He's a beautiful little dog. He's had a bit of a back injury since he's recovering well. Listen to some music.
You are a sausage dog sort of...
What's wrong with sausage dogs, Brian?
Operator. Nothing wrong with sausage dogs. I'm quite fond of them, but I wouldn't have one. Houston.
Outnumbered in here if you don't like sausage dogs.
What, anything else? Any hobbies other than walking the dog, Ash? It seems to be quite an obvious one. Fonte, a little one here out the back door. Finds Brown. Might have been Iden to Brown, in fact. Ash?
I like to exercise, keep fit, catch up with friends and family, BT. As you know, at this stage in your life, you've got a pretty full book with your career and all that sort of stuff.
Your life sounds remarkably
boring,
unremarkable.
End of the week. And Mark's taken by Leak. Any relation to Brian Lee Cash? Cat?
Yep, he is.
Long kick towards half-forward and Frampton. Is that a side?
Sure you don't do something of consequence at home, Ash, like, I don't know, set mouse traps or rabbit traps or something?
He has a spa.
No, I'm not a handyman, that's for sure, but I wouldn't be able to set a mouse trap.
So, side bottom.
Set a wife trap.
Out of side kick to Quainer. Quainer to McStay with the kickers. Gordon, they're on the run with Dacos. That's Nick. Hand pass inside to Goey. Hand pass over the top is good. Schultz has got it. He's kicked smothered. And Toby Green's got it, runs into the tackler, dragged to the ground. The umpire is going to take it. Nice build-up from the Pies, no result.
Don't want to reveal this, Baz. I feel a bit guilty that I'm the only one in the world that knows this, but we've been calling it Mrs. Tour at home.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
They're not actually married.
No.
Which is...
It's never put a ring on it.
Which is sad.
30 years next month as well.
Goodness me, Ash. And I'm told refuses to pay for the wedding.
50.
Outright is Hogan, so a 50-metre penalty. This will bring them within kicking distance here, the Giants. So down to you, Sarah.
BT, after that suspected hamstring from Darcy Moore, he has just returned to the field after over 15 minutes off.
Wow. Oh, well,
Jeez.
Sarah, you are just on the money down there. There's no doubt about you.
The best.
He lines up.
BT, you know, Two-Man made a pact on air that if Kangaroos win the flag, he will get married.
Wow.
He's pretty confident.
Is that really a pact?
Let me give you the cost of the average wedding these days, Ash.
Well,
it's 50 grand.
I reckon I've got 25 years left on this planet, so I think I could be so showy.
Brzeski comes in, kick on the way as a goal. So the Giants get one against the flow here. Goal apiece in the second quarter. 6-1-37 Collingwood. Giants 3-5-23 on the Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard.
So you're calling it, Ash? You won't see another North Melbourne flag. You're calling it.
Well, the average lifespan of a human being's about 78, so I'm inside 25 or thereabouts. So
how does Mrs. Chua feel about the non-official?
I just keep saying good things come to those who wait. It's as simple as that, and it is so true, isn't it, Baz?
So you're just playing hard to get.
It could be the other way around, actually.
Ah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Well, we needed something here. The game had been going up and down in circle work, but no one could really convert going inside 50, and it took a bit of a contentious, really unnecessary 50-metre penalty from the umpire.
So it was because Houston was within the 5, they didn't stand and tried to drop out like they liked to do last year, the Pies. So, yeah.
14 points up the Pies. Nice goal to the Giants from McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M at Rocks footy. Who gets the clearance? Toby Green receives a hand pass. He was hot, so he got it to Oliver. Little floater, but it was enough to get to him, and his vision was good with the kicks forward to Ash, who marks forward to the centre of the ground. Got around to going nicely. Also got around young Steen. He kicks out to Fonte, who's on the wing. Runs with a footy, traps it with one hand. Goes out wide. Thomas, little mark and a kick inside to Riccardi. Good build up, but they're wide. He's marked 40 out. Well, not even that, but he's virtually boundary side, out of sight of the ground.
I thought initially Ash missed a trick. He had the mark in the corridor and players streaming by, but he just didn't give the first option and decided to go himself with the second and third. In the end, they've got inside 50, but it is wide. Just looking at the Harvey on the replay, Clayton Oliver copped a little punch to the face. Was it from Ned Long?
Ned Long tried to get him in the chest, and he dragged it up and gave him a little one across the face.
All right, so Riccardi, can the Giants get 2 in a minute? You heard the Pies fans, they like the kick because it went nowhere, out in a full. No change to the score. 14 points up, Collingwood, 12 and a half into the second term.
That's side of the post.
Kick in back here for the Pies in the back pocket. He's with Josh Dacos. To go. No one stands the mark, so he's aimed gained an extra 10 metres or so. Kick down the line there, looking for the big seller, Steeny. Nick Dacos ripped it off the front, got it to Schultz, back to Dacos. Nick. Now they bend it around the half-back line through the boot of Houston. Short little kick to Maynard at true centre half-back. Still inside defensive 50 though. Maynard goes straight up the ideal diddle and over the top into Laverty to take a very nice defensive mark in the middle of the ground here. So ball movement in this game in the second quarter has all gone astray from the electrifying first quarter that we saw.
Just one goal apiece. We're more than halfway through this term.
Subo Super special comments. Joe Montagna, Kate McCarthy, Subo Super, build you something in a smart way.
Feels like we have to blame the coaches. Feels like they've just sucked the life out of it a little bit.
Yeah, get into it, Joe.
They would have, they always worry about defence, the coaches, and they would have said just control the ball a bit more because off turnover, both teams are scoring and Now both teams are just kicking it around and turning it over.
To be fair, I think the players were gassed as well.
Yeah.
Turnover from Ash again as Nick Dacos has got it in the centre of the ground. Hand pass off to Cameron, then hand pass to Josh Dacos. He's got space and can deliver inside forward 50. McStay screaming for a free kick as he ran into a couple of Giants and just sort of rolled around on the ground like a dying fly, and the umpire said, no, that's out of bounds, no free. 6-1-37, Giants 3-5-23, 14 and a half now.
So Verdi's looked good today, Joey, hasn't he?
He has. He's really owned that spot without some key defenders in the team. Good pick-up in the off-season for the Giants.
Boundary throw in here. Riccardi pushing Cameron under the ball, which
might be handy at the Bombers right now.
Oh, don't.
Sorry, Baz.
Their defence is fine, Joey.
Have you ever heard so much build-up over a game tomorrow? This is a game that everyone wants to watch.
It's the biggest game of the year so far.
Essendon North.
For all the wrong reasons.
Where's it being played at? Is it here?
Yeah, Marvel.
Every game this weekend's at Marvel, Brian.
Is it?
Double header tomorrow here.
Really?
Might as well be.
No, there is.
There's Nick Dacos. Not every game. There's a game at the MCG, isn't there? He misses the goal. Is there a game at the MCG on Sunday? Melbourne
There is
playing Carlton?
Carlton, Melbourne, yep.
Yeah.
2 tomorrow here at Marvel.
Yep. Normally you're right, Kate, but this occasion you're wrong.
It's obviously not every game of the weekend.
38-23. Fairly gullible sort of game.
There's Laverty, long kick along the line out of side. Steen again. He read it nice. He had 2 to beat in the air, so he just stuck it away and went out of bounds. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Ash, we had a game last night.
We certainly did. We had a great game at GMHBA.
Cat's Spy.
It was Cat's Spy.
So that one wasn't here either.
8.
8 points over the Crows.
GMHBA
Yep.
Stadium, that one.
Maybe you throw in Baz. You're doing very short stints.
I am.
Opportunity here for Nick Dacos.
Well, he knows that BTU time the coat call.
I don't time my coat call, and I couldn't give a shit. I'm happy to do none. In fact, if you want to start calling Joey, go ahead.
I think Ash wants to. We started before.
Not tonight.
Oliver, side collar. Josh Dacos, inside 50. Never hear you say that again, Joey. I will attempt to punch you on the nose. Handball to long runs into an open goal, missed. Missed left-hand side, Marlon score.
Is that just a wives' tale? A bit of folklore?
6-3-39 to 3-5-23. It's utter bullshit.
So Himmelberg will bring it back in.
And my wife takes offence to it. Always good to have your wife supporting you, Baz.
Absolutely.
Something that Ash will never have.
Well, then, married.
That's right, Baz.
Kicks outside defensive 50 to Whitfield.
Not 15,
Whitfield will go, shot, not 15. You heard the umpire. Oliver had to go quick back to Whitfield. Still at half-back. Kick across. Javeskis has got it again. Shuts up, Joey. Kicks out wide to Angwin, who marks. Yes.
You say Drew Guest?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Grucheski.
No.
Who was it?
Shut up. Kicks on the outer side wing. Briggs has got it big. Oh, that's a good name. Briggs. Long kick towards half forward. And no mark taken. And the umpire's called for a free kick, in fact. It's going to go to Brown, is it?
Yes, Baz.
So Brown's got it boundary side. He's about 60 out from the Giants' goal, and he's going to go short.
He does. Sideways, nice little setup ball. Whitfield was ready to launch. From the point of the square half 40. His kick across the ground has been gobbled up by side bottom. Side bottom gives it Nick Dacos. Little pokey thing. Missed Elliott again. Jamie Elliott will be wondering what he's got to do to get a decent ball given to him. As Iden rebounds to Brown. Brown dropped an absolute pud. And then it went through his feet as he couldn't pick it up. Schultz to Maynard. Maynard, they're still on. Collingwood around the corner. Wonderful kick. Handball back inside to Nick Dacos. He dribbles it along the ground. And Laverty saves the day here for the Giants to Fonte.
And Fonte steadies because he's got a little bit of space to work into. And a hand pass will come out here to Whitfield in the centre. Hand pass Oliver. Hand pass Toby Green in space again. So he goes out wide. Stringer's caught behind, tried to work his way to the front. No mark taken, but goes again. Grab the foot. He can't break the tackle. He's Gonzo. Gonzo gone. Free kick to the Pies at half back for the tackle.
Stand up.
How much for Oliver today, Ash?
Clayton Oliver, he's had 15 touches, 4 clearances.
Joey, don't you think Jamie Elliott tonight is a bit like when you have 2 magnets and the 2 norths are just you're trying to connect them and they just want nothing to do with each other? That's what the ball's been like with Jamie Elliott in his area tonight.
There's scores on offer for whichever team can just use the ball the best, but just not finishing their work this quarter.
Side bottom at half back says to Long, come up at me and I'll hit you, and he did. Long sideways, not 15 surely. Got to be play on umpire. Maynard. Goes wide to Howe. Jeremy Howe back into the side, looking comfortable. Kicks out very, very wide and finds an opportunity with Rome Steele. We've got Steele, Steen and Steele side bottom. When was the last time that happened in the game of footy, Ash?
Come back to you shortly.
Last night we had with Geelong 3 Olivers. Did you know that, Ash?
No,
Never before in the history have they had one Oliver play for them. Last night we had 3.
3. Yep.
Either Ollie or Oliver. Callahan.
Stand.
Ball here. So this game has come to a bit of a midfield standstill. It's 6-3-39 Collingwood to the Giants 3-5-23. The ball is right on the logo on the City side of the ground where Darcy Moore marked.
Yeah, and he was off the ground for a while, but his kick backwards has been marked. But he kicked the bait straight to Stringer, who's 70 out, and he's got an open goal square. So Big Jake's loaded up with a bounce the right way. No! It's gone right. In fact, it's sort of popped up in the air, and Frampton cleaned up with a hand pass to Quainer, hand pass to Josh Dacos, put him under the pump. Thomas had him, the umpire said ball up.
Just had 9 inside 50s to 8 this quarter. So really, as you said, BT, low inside 50 game. Just been played between the arcs. No one can finish their plays.
Still looks very sore. Darcy Moore when he kicked that football. Here's Crisp. Handball out to Lipinski. Lipinski nailed in the tackle. Callahan got the handball out. Now it comes to Oliver. Oliver gives it back to Angwin. Angwin, beautiful poise to kick the ball into Whitfield in the square. He goes directly sideways, now in the hands of Leake. Leake about 80 metres out, sends it into the Orange team's forward 50, and it was punched away by Grozewski and over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in, Baz. Scoreboard margin at the moment is in favour of Collingwood by 16 points.
So to be spun back into play, what have we got left on the clock? Just under 4 minutes in the first half. As BT said, first quarter frenetic, enormous pace. Second quarter, stop and start, finding targets as Leake attacks it again close to the boundary.
That's okay.
Good crowd in, Ash. What's the record here for Collingwood, you know?
Stay outside.
Collingwood's record crowd at Marvel of all time.
Well,
talking about?
Probably.
Well, you know what? This is a good crowd because when they play Melbourne at the G, they only average 34,000. And I reckon there's north of 40 tonight, BT.
Yep. I did ask what the crowd what the thing was, but
deflection stat that one.
Toby Green, hand pass to Oliver. From the stoppage, 60 out, pops it up to full forward, and Maynard gets in front of Riccardi. Riccardi goes again, and so does Stringer with a tackle. Pushed out towards Gothardi. Couldn't quite trap it. O'Halloran's got it, hand pass Angwin. Angwin a real high kick out of the pack. From 25 metres out, real high, but went out in the full to the right. Free kick to Collingwood.
Yeah, cheap pies and beer here tonight, I think.
Half time, yep.
Only at half time, is it?
Half time, yeah, the beers and the pies.
Imagine how long
$3 for a pie.
Gee,
it's good.
So
I might head down now and get us some, guys.
Yeah.
Where's that Quainer?
It's not for me, I love to eat.
Play on, play on.
3 for Barry.
Yep.
Ball here from Toby Green. Elliott. Little knockdown, Leak again, got it to the left foot of Callahan. Callahan searching inside 50 with a long ball. Quainer at the back, knocked to ground by Grozewski, picked up by Jeremy Howe, gave it to Frampton, he panicked, Quainer knocked it through. Davey Roden says that is a behind, so 40 plays 23 in favour of the Pies.
Man, can I ask where Jesse Hogan is, how long he's been on the bench for and what his numbers are? I've hardly seen him.
Kick off with the numbers, he's just had the one touch.
That's right.
Joey gets hit the scoreboard.
He's been off a fair bit. Or was it just...
I saw him come off about 10 minutes ago, Joey. I reckon you're right.
When Totally Workwear scoreboard, 15 points up the Pies, latter stages, the footy season's back. Totally Workwear, love your work. But a kick outside defensive 50 onto the wing outer side of the ground.
8 minutes he's been off for.
Okay. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. Has been marked by the Giants. Short kick inboard to Laverty, the former bomber, who hand passes off to Iden, who went without the footy. Billy Elliott was onto it, couldn't get there quick enough. Shoved back to Laverty, who kicks long and wide out to the outer side, and Leake tracks the footy nicely and takes the mark on his chest. Don't forget it, Ream Hot Water. Hot water needs replacing. Brian, go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Never installed anything else other than a Ream at my place, and they're just a blue chip organisation. And Heater, little one comes here to Riccardi, handball back over the top. Funny little handball it was out the side door there by Gothard. It ends here with Oliver though, inside 50 near the boundary line. It's the left foot snap to the top of goal, punched away from Brown, off Grozewski's chin. Darcy Moore gobbled it up at ground level. They gobbled him up, and we'll have a ball up. So Totally Workwear scoreboard, 39 plays 24 in favour of the black and white.
The Harvey Norman replay there in the coach's box for the Giants. Kingsley's got his hands to his head, and McRae in the boundary for the Pies is looking at numbers.
Yeah, both coaches I think will be really frustrated with how this game's playing out because, as we keep saying, they get the ball, they get opportunities, they just are unable to have composure to find anything inside 50. That's both sides.
Kick out to Leake, and Leake kicks back inside. Quainer in front of the pack, doesn't mark. Ball in dispute, about 20 metres to the Giants' goal. Sprinting clear of the pack. Look at him, Jake Stringer, look at him! Right forward pocket. Little check side, put it through, puts his finger in the air and admires his own work. It was good. 4-6-30 the Giants, Collingwood 6-3-39. Pies by 9 points, 24.5 final term. Triple M Totally Workwear scoreboard. The footy season's back. Totally Workwear, love your work.
Well, someone needed to do something to break this game open, and that was some individual brilliance from Jake Stringer. Then put his head over the footy, spun out of trouble, and then just kicked the check side at a pretty tight angle. But that was some of Jake's best work that we've seen in quite a while.
Well, that's why sometimes you just value the match winners. They might not be the most consistent, not always have big games, but they can do things that others can't when you need to, and that is something there that Jakey Stringer did. Individual goal.
On the bench straight away, Stringer, straight onto the phone. I wonder what that message would be about. If you were guessing, Joey,
probably about the forward structure for the Giants, trying to get a bit more system and maybe help the midfielders out, because as we said, they just haven't been able to find marks in there this quarter, the Giants.
Cameron just took it out of the ruck against Riccardi, banged it on the boot, got it to centre half forward, through McCreary's feet. Elliott was thereabouts again. Handball out the back to Ash. Wonderful release. Quick it was to Callaghan. Neat little sort of tight sort of knacker thing. Got it to Cornelio, and Cornelio marked it half back.
Move it on. Play on.
So 9-point lead here for the Pies. Cornelio going to transfer play to Laverty. Laverty in front of defensive goal will go out very wide to Harry Himmelberg.
He marks on his chest on his own. So a late goal for the Giants. Sets it up for a big third term, but a slow-moving second term. O'Halloran kicks to Riccardi. Riccardi marks. Hand pass to the running Whitfield along the boundary, delivers back inside. Another opportunity presents off hands Brown. Little hand pass Gothard. Can he spin out of trouble? No. He's gone, holding the ball. Was advantage paid? No, it's got to come back. So Collingwood out of the back pocket. Frampton, the tackler, is rewarded. Seconds left in the first half of the game.
Frampton wide to Crisp. 20 seconds here, so Collingwood look like they've given up on scoring. You're just going to protect the ball. Here's Quainer, short one back to Crisp. Crisp can now go to a one-on-one with McCreary. McCreary got the body position here on Leake. Beats him out the back door. There's time. Couple of seconds here. McCreary goes inside 50. It'll count if he kicks it. Off the side of the boot. Siren sounds to complete an unusual half. One of exciting football in the first, not so in the second. Bit of a 0-all draw. In fact, outscoring them, the Giants, 2 goals to 1. Scoreboard says 6-3-39 Collingwood to the Giants 4-6-30. That is a lead of 9 points at half-time on the Totally Workwear scoreboard. Plenty more to come from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks half-time football.
That quarter for Totally Workwear. Footy season's back. Totally Workwear. Love your work.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hot water needs replacing? Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Just pulled into the driveway? Grab your TV remote and don't miss a second of the footy.
Elliott out the back. Doesn't need much. Tips it to Membry. And Collingwood have got another one.
Live and free on 7 and streaming on 7 Plus.
In the morning.
Mick in the Morning and Mercedes-Benz Waverley are giving you the chance to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz GLA 200 SUV with
Mick in the morning.
Just leave the show a message at mickinthemorning.com and you could go in the draw to win the Merc.
Here's one for your taste buds. Just add some coleslaw in an omelette. Yum.
mickinthemorning.com.
For Mercedes-Benz Waverley, in a class of its own, visit the award-winning team at 769 Springvale Road, an easy 8 minutes from Chadstone.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
If you're a survivor of institutional sexual abuse, you could be entitled to substantial compensation. Arnold, Thomas and Becker are regarded as the leading abuse lawyers in Victoria, and our team of experts are dedicated to helping survivors seek justice and get the compensation they deserve. In some cases, this could be over $1 million. Call Arnold, Thomas and Becker today and talk to a lawyer with the experience to take on the system and win. Arnold, Thomas and Becker. No win, no fee, no fear.
Macca's delicious new Bistro Béarnaise Angus range has 100% juicy Aussie Angus beef and creamy Béarnaise sauce. Compliments to the chef. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Available after 10:30am for a limited time.
Can we turn it up?
No, turn it down. I'm freezing.
I'm boiling.
It's too hot.
Every home and office has one thing in common. Temperature wars. Time to call in the peacekeepers. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries ducted air conditioning. Smart controls effortlessly balance every room to match personal preferences, ensuring everyone can live or work in their own perfect comfort. Guess that settles it. Put your trust in Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the experts in air.
From Australia's #1 selling large SUV range, get $3K off Ford Everest Trend at participating Ford dealers based on 2025 VFAX data. See ford.com.au for full terms.
Collingwood! Magpie Army, it's Daisy Thomas here. Let's get behind the mighty Pies. Yeah, you better bloody believe it. You know you're the biggest. You know you're the envy of the rest of the competition. Let's show them how it's done, and let's build together the biggest army yet. Get on board as a 2026 member today and join the Magpie Army. Go Pies!
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible!
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, Supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for BHP. Strong communities don't happen by chance. They're built by people and partnerships that last. BHP, building local communities together.
Big half of footy at Marvel Stadium, and the Pies lead it at half-time by 9 points. 6-3-39, the Giants 4-6 in 30. Memory with 3 goals, all in the first term for the Pies. This is the Triple M footy half-time for BHP. Strong communities don't happen by chance. They're built by people and partnerships that last. BHP, building local communities together. We've got Kate and Ash here and Joey as well. And Ash, the numbers at half-time are fascinating. First quarter, a free-flowing game, a Titan right up in the second term.
Yeah, spot on, Baz. Giants leading a number of their key indicators. The inside 50s are 33-24. They've had twice as many centre clearances, 8-4. You look at their ball movement from D50 to inside 50. Giants ranked second this year. They're going at 47%, which is about 25 above the league average. But Pies are just a lot more efficient going inside 50, Baz. They're going at 25% goal scoring efficiency, and defensively since the start of last season, they're #1 for restricting opposition teams in regards to scoring efficiency against. The league average is 44%. Giants are only going at 30 this evening. #1 rated player is the person who polled 3 votes against the Magpies when they played against each other last time. That's Finn Callaghan. He's had 20 disposals, 319 metres gain and 4 intercepts. Whitfield's racked up 20. Oliver, 18 disposals and 4 clearances. And for the Magpies, 19 to Nick Dacos and 18 to Josh Dacos. But Jesse Hogan for the Giants, just the 1 disposal, Baz, up to half-time.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one player that hasn't had a whole lot of say on the season so far, but I think the ball coming in hasn't been great from the Giants. But, I mean, there were 2 very different quarters of football that we saw. The first quarter, just teams going forward at all costs. As soon as they'd get the intercept, they'd want to run in waves or get the ball down the other end. But we really saw defence take over and almost the change in the way that they wanted to use the footy, and definitely would have been an instruction from both coaches, you would think, with the way that the second quarter played out. But also I think it was played at such a frenetic pace that first term. I think the players would have been blowing a little bit at quarter time as well.
it just feels that the Giants were able to, as Chu said, get plenty of transition looks, but they just weren't able to find a mark inside 50. And what happened a little bit in that second quarter when the game slowed down is Collingwood were prepared to happy to sit back, almost protect their defensive 50. They know they are very good as a unit at protecting their D50. That we've seen some other teams in the competition do a little bit the same. So the Giants were able to get heaps of uncontested ball, but just weren't able to find anything when they did go inside their forward 50. So that's something that they can work on. Collingwood, as we've said a number of times, have defended well and then been efficient when they have had their looks, although in that quarter they were a bit sloppy. Pendlebury turned the ball over, you wouldn't see. Nick Dacos a couple of times had some opportunities and turned it over, and a little bit of indecision. So this game is certainly well and truly up for grabs. It's going to be the side that has the composure and the ability to find a mark inside 50. I'm not sure if you said the mark's inside 50, Chu, for both teams, but I would think it's relatively low, particularly that second quarter.
Yeah, spot on. 5 to the Magpies, 4 to the Giants.
Yeah.
AFL averages 12.
Yeah, just not finding that final mark to give them a shot. We've mentioned a number of times how Jamie Elliott keeps presenting and he's on, but either hasn't grasped it himself or had the kick over his head. So there's the opportunity for both teams at the halftime break, and I think we can see a pretty good second half of footy.
And you see the two different quarters and the way they were played, and some players obviously that would suit and others that wouldn't. And Kate, I'll use Jake Stringer as an example. The pace of the game in the first quarter, I don't know, him playing up forward was sort of flowing or bouncing around him, or when it tightened up and he had that contested situation, he's just hanging off the pack, waiting for a break, burst through, grab, goal.
Yep.
Does it suit that type of play better when it's tightened up?
Yeah, definitely. And I think they had a bit more sort of repeat entries or stoppages inside their forward 50, because he's a player that when there is sort of just a little bit of a chance for him at times, he can really take the opportunity. But that was his goal that he kicked in that second term was created through individual brilliance. He's put his head over the footy, spun out of trouble, and then had a pretty tight angle kick the check side on the run. So, yeah, I think obviously the flow of play suits some players where it's going up and back and a frenetic pace, but at times players that are real impact players, it can come back to their sort of strengths when it is a little bit slower.
All right, the Amy Clangers, of course, when the lucky country isn't so lucky, it's luckier with Amy. And I don't know what's up, but I reckon the whole second quarter was
from.
the whole second term was pretty much a clanger for a lot of reasons, Ash. Ash has had a gutsful. He's glad the second term's over.
Did Grzyzewski get a run?
I don't know. We're going to have a listen to see what Amy's thrown up to us.
Not 15, play
Whitfield will
on,
go, oh, not 15. You heard the umpire. Oliver had to go quick back to Whitfield. Still at half-back. He could cross. Javeskis has got it again. Shuts up, Joey. Kicks out wide to Angwin, who marks.
Did you say Drew Geske?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Grzyzewski.
No.
Who was it?
Shut up.
Better than Aidan Bonner.
It was, Joey. It was.
Wait, can we just hear it just one more time?
All right. Can we go quick back to Whitfield? Still at half-back. He could cross. Javeskis has got it again.
Javeskis.
Shut up, Joey. No, I tried to do was mumble so no one would notice. But when you're in the Triple M box, everyone notices. You
I'd say Grzyzewski.
Yeah, okay.
Say it, Grzyzewski.
Grzyzewski.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Joey actually told me to say it the other way before we went on air to set me up. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Ash. Of course, Choice Hotels get you more for your money so you can check into more, get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. Ash, last night, but of course, what's happening over the weekend? Big footy tomorrow.
Yeah, so Cats last night, 8 points over the Crows. And tomorrow, Baz, we're back at Marvel again. St Kilda versus Brisbane, 12:35 start, by the way. And then we head over to the West. Dockers taking on the Tigers at 4:15. And then the big game tomorrow night, Essendon versus North Melbourne at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, it is big, and it's going to be one big loser. And I hate saying that because I'm more of a... Well,
You're
I
an
hate saying
optimist.
it.
You are an optimist.
But all week this week, the 40 programs got on the back of the Bombers. The Bombers, no good. But one of these... Oh, shut up.
Did you take it personally?
I did.
Did you?
I had a guts full by about Wednesday. But anyway, the game tomorrow night, sadly, someone's going to win, Joey. And Kate, you're involved in what goes on during the week. But the loser tomorrow is a big loser.
The story's a loser.
Yeah, and it's
absolutely.
horrible.
North Melbourne, really, if they are continuing this rebuild and heading in the right direction, we all think they're eventually going to get to, they should be beating the Bombers. And if they don't, then that's the story. And if Essendon, as long as Essendon compete for me, Essendon don't have to win. You just want to see a team play with spirit, play with some defensive integrity and play with effort. And if that's the case, then it'll be hard to really challenge Essendon if that's what happens.
You just want to see it hard for a team to score goals against them, because at the moment it is anything but hard for teams to score points against Essendon. So, yeah, if it's tight, I think it's less of a story, but if one team blows the other out of the water, that is going to be a massive talking point.
Kate McCarthy, Joe Montani, the great Ash Chua, if you don't mind, and 9-point lead to Collingwood here at halftime over the Giants. Don't forget you can stream every game of Triple M Footy live on the Listener app. Download it now, LISTNR. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for BHP. Strong communities don't happen by chance. They're built by people and partnerships that last. BHP, building local communities together.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Kick off your tech upgrade now at Harvey Norman. The new Intel Core Ultra 3 laptop range has landed. It's faster, smarter and more powerful than ever. With next-level AI performance and all-day battery life, it's a real game changer. And right now, score up to $300 in bonus gift cards when you buy any laptop with an Intel Core Ultra 3 processor. Big brands, big range, big wins. Don't miss the Harvey Norman Intel Blitz weekend. End Sunday. Conditions apply.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick in the morning.
We'll fill your tank. In these times, it's almost down to essential travel.
Can I give a shout out to all the fellow Melbourne supporters? Because, Range Rover takes a bit to fill up.
Well,
they're the real victims here, I have to say.
Can I say for supporters of the other team, feel free to siphon the tank of the Range Rover.
Start your day with Mick in the morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
For the best roof in town, Harley & Sons won't let you down.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
When it comes to next-level broadband, it's as easy as switching to iiNet's fantastic new NBN 500 offer. Right now, you'll save a massive $180 over 6 months. And you'll also get a Wi-Fi 7 modem valued at over $200, included over 24 months. So if you want to take your broadband experience to the next level, switch to iiNet today. New FTTP HFC connections only. Estimated typical evening speeds 500 megabits per second, 7 to 11 p.m. Min cost $74.99 if you return the modem. T's and C's apply.
Get a great deal on Australia's best-selling vehicle 3 years in a row with $3,000 off select Ford Ranger diesel and hybrid models at participating Ford dealers. Based on VFAX data, see Ford.com.au for full terms.
If you've suffered a personal injury, the system wants you to settle for less than you deserve. But you could be entitled to substantial compensation. At Arnold Thomas & Becker, our leading team of personal injury lawyers knows how to make the law work for you and won't back down until you get what's fair. Call Arnold Thomas & Becker today and talk to a lawyer with the experience to take on the system and win. Arnold Thomas & Becker. No win, no fee, no fear.
Magpie Army, it's Daisy Thomas here. Let's get behind the mighty Pies. Yeah, you better bloody believe it. You know you're the biggest. You know you're the envy of the rest of the competition. Let's show them how it's done, and let's build together the biggest army yet. Get on board as a 2026 member today and join the Magpie Army. Go Pies.
During the footy, give that a miss. And get every game round of the 2026 ad breaks during the footy. Give that a miss. And get every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play. Don't miss a thing with KO Sports.
Ever said near enough is good enough? Excuses for a tick. This ad's not for you.
Now we've lost anyone who's whacking spark plugs in with a hammer, let's talk Pro to Pro.
When upgrading to high-quality precision tools and equipment, choose Warren & Brown. Equipment for torque setting, soldering, the workshop and garage, hand tools and more. Warren & Brown, manufacturers and suppliers of quality precision tools since 1921.
Info at wbtools.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Bunnings Trade, helping tradies and builders get the job done, in-store, on the road and on the phone.
For McDonald's Triple M Rocks football half-time, no sides anywhere to be seen out of the oval yet. 9-point margin here at half-time. Collingwood lead by 9. Sarah, I've been dying to ask you for Bob Jane T-Mart. Did you know that Ash wasn't married? Perhaps we can turn her on. Jace is sitting down there, and turn that button on as well. There's an on-off
There we
button.
go. We're back on BT. I apologise. I did not know that Ash wasn't married.
No.
I didn't, but I've heard he's got a big spa at home, and typically, if North Melbourne win, he turns it on and they have a big party.
He has the odd rave there.
I don't know if
Ash.
I'd put rave and Ash Chew in the same sentence.
Do you think, you've known Ash now for, what, a couple of years?
Yeah, I reckon maybe 4 or 5 years.
Okay,
now.
4 or 5 years. What do you make of him?
I love Ash. Love Chew, man.
Right.
I think
Pretty
he's-
straight customer, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd say
Straight down the line.
No, he's exuberant.
Yeah.
That's one word to describe him.
Anyway.
What do you
that's
think
good.
of him, BT?
I think he's a nice young man that probably should marry his girlfriend at some stage. But other than that, it's all going well. Sarah, Darcy Moore, what happened there? Remind us what happened with Darcy Moore.
So late in the first quarter, he had a long kick out of defence and he pulled up straight away, almost seeming as if it was a hamstring style injury. He went down to the change rooms, and he didn't resurface until the second quarter. He then had at least 15 minutes off the ground, but he came back on the ground. So he has seemed a little bit proppy when he's out there.
He has.
He had a kick, he turned the ball over, he looked a bit proppy as he made that turnover, and then I've watched him a little bit around the ground, and he hasn't quite been able to get up to that top speed kind of level. So he's one to keep an eye on at the moment.
Who did you barrack for as a kid, Sarah?
I was a St Kilda fan, so a
like
very
me.
tough childhood
Yeah.
for me.
I was a St Kilda fan too.
Yes, I was in Joey's era. So when he was playing, yes. So I went to the grand final draw with my dad. I sat up on level 4 and watched the game.
That sort of soft era.
I didn't turn up to the second week though.
What number did you have on the back? What number did you have on your back?
Now I've got number 7, and it was Lenny Hayes.
Wow.
There you
Everyone
go.
loves Lenny.
Number 11 was taken, Joey. My sister Jess took that.
Thank you.
Now, Sarah, you also just pointed out to us then, thank you for that, that you weren't sure whether Darcy Moore was back out there, but he is. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Could you resume your position down below, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just thought I was helping out here, BT, so we all didn't have to listen to just you.
No,
Doing a good job, Sarah.
Thank you, everybody. I'll be back. I'm going to go and get a couple of meat pies and a beer.
All right, you'll be struggling because all the Collingwood fans will be in the queue down there. I can guarantee you they'll be looking for something cheap. Won't be a pie. But anyway.
So it'll be fascinating to see what happens in this second half, what the coach's message is to the players. I think the Giants would have liked the way the game was looking. As I said a number of times, they just couldn't find a mark inside 50, couldn't finish their work. Collingwood that quarter were very much finding uncontested marks, playing a bit more of the old Collingwood brand that we're used to, a bit more control as opposed to the terrific footy they played in that first quarter. So be interesting to see the style of play of both teams and who can execute the most, who's going to be able to come out on top, because this game is certainly up for grabs.
The voice of Joey Montagna on Triple M Football. We're ready to go here. It's a 9-point margin in favour of Collingwood. There's the people's person, Barry down.
Thanks, BT. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. And as BT said, 9 points up the Pies. They go to the left of our broadcast position here in this third quarter. The premiership quarter, as it's many times called. Kick went straight up in the air and was touched. So it's a fight for the footy, and a ground level ball is won by Whitfield, who kicks out here to the broadcast wing, and Fonte has taken the mark. In fact, it's not Fonte, it's Callaghan. Fonte's screaming for it in front of us. Ignores him, and he goes long towards half forward. Frampton again in front. This time didn't complete the mark for the Pies at half back. Oh, and he's a bit filthy. He goes back and wants to have a crack. It might have been Hogan, it was. You spot anything, Kate?
Just didn't like the treatment. Billy Frampton got up and sort of gave a little roundhouse. Didn't quite get the rib tickler that we've seen other players give.
Nick Dacos just about launched Houston, lost control of the ball. Thomas over the top. O'Halloran gives it on to Green. Green on the left boot. Touched by Darcy Moore. Might have got a hand there. In fact, it's a goal. He didn't touch it. Maybe Roden tricked us all. And Darcy Moore couldn't quite get there. So what an electric start here for the Giants. They kicked the first goal of this second half, and they are back within 3 points on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Well, they looked like, Kate, they were going to be out and running from half back, the Pies. They got the ball and the handball, but then Dan Houston, it was just out of reach, and he basically threw it up, not on purpose, but just trying to control the ball, and unfortunately coughed it up, and that's a dangerous part of the ground to have a turnover just outside your defensive 50, and the Giants were able to make them pay.
Yeah, not sure exactly how Darcy Moore didn't get a hand on it, though.
Yeah.
It was not the best of kicks from Toby Green. He didn't look super confident because he took a lot of steps.
Oh,
and
he
then
just missed it.
He just
Fresh
missed it.
handed.
Yep.
Just missed it on the Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman Intel Blitz weekend is on. Score bonus gift cards with Intel Core Ultra 3 laptops, Hurry and Sunday. For McDonald's, Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks, Footy, Collingwood. Out of the centre, Lipinski's got it. Hand pass, Nick Dacos. Steadies from 40, sums it up, and the superstar puts it through for the Pies. Quick answer, Collingwood. They get a 7-3, 45. And the Giants sit on 5-6-36 on Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. When you need trade support, call 134-TRADE. Bunnings Trade's dedicated team on the phone, ready to help with quotes and pricing, stock checks, product sourcing and order delivery updates so you can keep the job moving. Call 134-TRADE. That's 134-872 for real assistance in real time at Bunnings Trade.
Bit of class there from Nick, just too good. Just too much speed out of the centre bounce. Tracked the footy, as he so often does, and was able to convert. We just saw on the Harvey Norman. Peter sitting in the crowd. Mustn't have a box BT at Marvel Stadium. Only at the MCG. Does he get the big box that he normally sits in with the family?
Must be doing some sort of deal with someone. That is for sure. But good to see the clan here.
Chris Fagan's here as well, and Sam Mitchell.
Yes, all both of them. So they're all here having a bit of a look. Why wouldn't you kill some time? Look at the knockdown by Steen to DeGoey. DeGoey with a clear movement to Schultz, and Schultz is marked. Uncontested in the end, 45 to 50 metres out.
Steen has been very good at centre bounce. Just a good jump at the footy and then being able to just tap it down wherever the Collingwood midfielders want it directed. It's been really impressive. And then the flip side of that, they then get Darcy Cameron rucking against the second ruck for the Giants. So he's absolutely dominating the hit-outs when he's up against the likes of Briggs when he's not there.
So Lockie Schultz will just get the journey from here. Won't be easy for him, needs his best. Kick on the way right to the line, and it has been marked by the Pies on the line, and it's the big fella Steen in the goal square. And they go to Briggs and say, he's just outmarked you, mate. He outmarked you on the goal line. He's going to be directly in front, and he's going to kick his first goal in footy. You'd like to have this as your first shot in footy, 1 metre out, directly in front. Steen has been terrific today, Ash, on the stat sheet.
Yes. No, he has 12 hit-outs, 5 to advantage. The centre square hit-outs are 11 to 3 Collingwood's way.
Oh, he's taking his time over this one.
Milking this, isn't he?
The big Steen.
Why not? Why not?
On national TV, and he knows it, and he's going to suck out every second he can. Comes in off a couple, and he kicks the goal, and he gets his first goal. It sent me into a cramp. I don't know about you.
Oh, hello.
But very nice goal from the big man.
It's a great moment. Well done to Oscar Steen.
Hammy?
Been a long time in the system, waiting for this opportunity. That must be the old man in the crowd because he's about 6'6" as well. But nice moment and terrific contested mark. And he's been able to get his hand on it, we know that. But if he can mark the footy around the ground, it's going to be hard to keep him out of the side.
3 goals from centre bounce as well. So those centre bounce hit-outs again, 11 to 3 in Collingwood's advantage, and 3 goals directly from that source as well.
Triple Red Z Lending stats, Ash throwing them around, and Kate just the recipient of those. Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. They said it was his strength, the strength to leap. That was one of the reasons they wanted him in, to share it with Darcy Cameron. He's been magnificent.
Oh, he has. I mean, they have missed Cox in that area. With the new ruck rule, Cox has been a big loss for them, not just in the ruck, but down forward as well.
McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. So it's starting to rain goals again, and Steen out of the centre got boot the ball. Nick Dacos picked it up. Hand pass to Goey, kick inside forward 50. Iden back of the pack. Under pressure for the Giants. Got a kick away though to Brown on the outer side wing. Spoiled by Quainer. Nick Dacos, the recipient, front and square. Hand passed off to DeGoey. Got it out wide to Steele. Kicks inside for the Pies again. Big leapers, no mark. Ash under pressure. Whitfield under pressure. Schultz right with him. Pushed to the boundary line. Ash is going to clean up. Can't get around Ned Long. Snuck out a hand pass to Whitfield. Tackled by DeGoey. The Pies are on in the third short term, and the umpire's going to ball it up 45 out from their goal.
The crowd's come to life to start this third quarter, and the centre clearances are just giving Collingwood great field position. They're able to dictate the start of this third term.
Gee, Angwood turned to take him on then, and that should have been deemed as prior opportunity. Didn't see it till I saw the replay on TV. Here is Oliver. Little handball comes out to Brown. Brown sneaky handball back inside to Oliver. Likewise back, and here goes Angwin. A little low bullet, lovely kick it was. Finds an opportunity with Riccardi. Riccardi on the wing, over the top, looking for the ball down the field to Stringer. The pink-booted Stringer from 55 metres out. Long ball to Hogan, side bottom there. Switches across the front and takes a very nice mark.
Kicks to McCreary back pocket, who's got space but marks and has time to set up.
That's what I call it, intercept mark, Ash, rather than the ones that are just marked.
Yep.
McCreary, right boot, kicks to the wing, broadcast side. Right in front of Sarah Hosking down there for Bob Jane teammates. Good spoil by down to ground level, and Fonte is the recipient, and he takes it for the Giants and kicks to O'Halloran. Spoiler was Membry for the Pies, but had no teammates around, so O'Halloran. He's marked 50 metres out. He walks back to the boundary line, and he's 65 out. And he'll kick about 5 to 6 metres inside that line.
Well, he had a shot from almost the exact same distance on the other side of the ground in the first quarter. Didn't quite make the distance, so he'd want to find an extra metre or two here.
Joe Montagna with the great Kate McCarthy on Super Special comments tonight. Early stages, third term. Oh, he's pulled the kick. He's gone to full forward, and the target was Big Briggs, but it just landed short. And through his fingertips, it goes out of bounds, right forward pocket for the Giants.
Just weren't on the same page there. If Briggs knew that was the setup, would have got a big push off his opponent and led at the kicker. So just not quite on the same page with that set play.
Boundary throw in. They go again, the Giants. Tap down to ground level. Nick Dacos in huge traffic. Little hand cast comes out to Josh. Hand past the Steele side bottom. Got pushed on his kick. Grabbed by Whitfield, who charged at the footy, 70 out. Hand pass punched out towards Thomas. His hand pass smothered. Grabbed it again. Little toe poke inside's okay. And the marker's been taken about, 40 to 45 metres out. And on a very slight angle, and it's the big man who's got it. And he'll go back and have a shot in Briggs.
Well, it's a good way to get one back. He had a goal kicked on him a few minutes ago by young Oscar Steen. That was a bit more fortuitous, just sort of got in the right spot and found him, but he needs to go back now and make up for the one that he cost and kick this.
45 out, slight angle, career set shots, 8 goals, 14. Thanks, Ash. So Briggs settles, 49 out, got under it a little bit, and you hear the Pies fans, they liked it because it floated left. And through for a point. I'll go to 5-7-37 Collingwood, 8-3-51. 9 minutes third term. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard.
Just Hogan, watching him come to the bench again. I won't say he looks disinterested, but just sitting down there by himself. It's a strange sort of body language at the moment. Fonte takes the mark. Neat little ball inside to Canelio. Canelio marks inside the centre square here. They go forward once again here, the Giants. Kick out very, very wide, and the mark taken out there by Leake. Leake looking for a bit of overlap running support, found it from Himmelberg. Himmelberg with the outside of the boot slider to Riccardi was magnificent, and Riccardi has marked well within his comfortable range, but a difficult angle here at Marvel Stadium in the forward pocket, city end, southern end if you like.
1 metre in, Jake.
Starting to find some marks inside 50 now this quarter, Chew, after having, 4 in the first half.
That's their third in this
third
term.
already. It's been wide, though. That's been the one thing that Collingwood have done well. Kept Giants wide.
So Riccardi, normally a pretty good kick at goal. He's interesting. He tried to kick that too hard and too powerfully, like he did down the other end from the boundary, and it went out of bounds on the full. He's just not his normal kicking action tonight. I don't know what's going on there. He's trying to strike it too hard, Baz.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hogan on the bench, and Riccardi with that miss. So got to find avenues. The Giants had opportunities, had looks. Haven't been able to capitalise. Josh Dacos on the run from half-back. Long kick to the outer side wing to Membry. Didn't get a hand on it. Went on to a ground level. Wrapped up in a tackle by Clayton Oliver, former Demon. And the umpire to ball it up. How's Oliver gone tonight, Ash?
21 touches.
He's been very good, Clayton Oliver.
Well thrown in the air. Briggs slapped down to Oliver. There he is again. Couldn't get out of the pack, but his hand pass to Toby Green was cut off. Slick little hand pass for the Pies on the turnover to Josh Dacos. Got it to Pendlebury, got it to young Steele. Hand pass over the top, Cameron. The running Nick Dacos as a target, and Canelio gets in the way, ran with him. Both players bring the ball to ground. They dive on top. It's halfway between wing and half forward for the Pies, and the umpire's going to ball it up.
So Steen just getting some attention there on the left knee from doctor and physio. Ball up. Up forward here for Collingwood. Matt Stevic, the man throwing it up. Knocked down there by the big fella Cameron. To go, he had a fresh area off the ground. Picked up by Toby Green. Muscled it out to Ash. Loves to switch play, Ash, and this is no exception. Finds Thomas with a beautifully weighted kick. Thomas now looking to move the football down to wing, and he's done that very, very nicely indeed. Lands with Hannaford. Hannaford's kick is neat and tidy. Finds Leak, or it might have been Grosevsky. It is. Half forward, 70 metres out. Plainer saying, come on, he's off the mark, it's play on. Plainer quick to react, was able to smother it off the boot. Comes from Grosevsky. Grosevsky goes inside looking for Brown. And Brown is marked 20 metres out on a slight angle.
Well, again, some nice transition from the Giants, switching the ball to the open side of play and making Collingwood defend the whole ground. But look at the Harvey Norman. Darcy Moore is not moving well. He has not got any power in his ability to jump, and he's really struggling to have any impact out there since that first term injury.
38 goals, 12 from set shots. Brown going to kick this one around on the left foot. Plays on. Maynard comes at him and misses. 38 goals, 13 from his set shots in his career. Let's get downstairs. Sarah is there for
yeah, Oscar Steen, he came off, got a big cheer from the Collingwood faithful after his first goal, but he was in the hands of the doctor and the trainer with a little corky, pops some Panadol, and he looks like he's good to go.
To go in marks on the wing, thanks Sarah. Bob Jane teammates get a massive 20% off selected Pirelli. Buy 3, get 1 free. Instant cash back on top tyre brands, bobjane.com.au. Into the centre go the Pies. Josh Dacos again, Ash. What the Dacos brothers tonight? What are their numbers?
Yeah, Josh 23, Nick 24, leading ball winner on the ground.
Kicks across to Maynard, another one across to Quainer, who's marked on the wing. Both 25-metre drop punts. Quainer stands with a footy, looks at a crowded forward 50. Elects to go to the left half forward. 4 will fly. Elliott, one of those. Nowhere near it. Long at the ground. The fall of the ball for the Pies. Trying to get a hand past Lipinski. Cut off by Fontaine. Put the pressure on. Elliott on the boundary line. Just bumps off young Hannaford. And immediately tackled. He's dragged into the ground by Laverty. And the umpire, I think, will ball it up. It's still just inside the boundary. 40 out from Collingwood's goal.
Yeah. Umpire taking an eternity to throw it up to find the ruckman. Just get on with it, mate. Balls it up down there. Hogan is back on the ground. Didn't really get to compete. What are Hogan's stats to date, Ash?
1 disposal, scoreless.
He looks, I won't say, I'm reluctant to say any player is disinterested. But he's
the body language is off.
Yeah.
But, and I reckon Adam Kingsley knows that. I reckon that's why he's throwing him in the ruck. So Briggs is having a break. It would normally be Riccardi rucking, but I think he said, Jess, you just get around the ball and see if you get your hand on it.
Similar to the body language we did see last week against St Kilda as well, but he was able to get a couple of goals late in that one.
Himmelberg, he was. He came good late, and I'm sure Kingsley will be reminding him of that. Callaghan, short little kick here, finds Riccardi. Riccardi on the edge of the square centre ring, right on the Toyota Tundra logo out there. And do yourself a favour, get a Tundra. Fonte takes the mark. Beautiful, luxurious and normal high-quality Toyota vehicle as Green now. 70 metres out, hammers it into the pocket. Knocked away wonderfully by Frampton from Grosevsky. And we'll have a boundary throw in deep in the Giants' attack zone. They trail by 13 points and they haven't led at any stage. Is that right, Ash?
Yeah, spot on, BT.
Last couple of entries, they've had leads on, but they've just refused to kick it to the player on the lead and gone to the pocket for a one-on-one.
Riccardi in the boundary throw in. Cameron was brilliant for Collingwood. Tapped down to Dacos. That was Nick who got caught high. And he was the recipient of the free. The corridor is open. He spots up McCreary, who grabs onto the bounce. He's had 2 bounces.
He's going.
He goes to 60. Little kick over the top to Schulz, who'll grab it. Can he pick it up? He can. Left half forward. Puts it over the top to the player on his own inside. But I've got an unsigned bounce. Ball bounced away from him. Went again boundary side. He's dragged out of bounds. Oh, they had time and space, but the ball just didn't play the game.
Oh, dear.
You could not stuff that up anymore. There's no more certain goal in the game tonight than that one.
Yeah.
And it did not happen. They basically didn't have opponents, the 2 Collingwood players inside 50 after doing the good work from Beau McCreary. Boundary throw-in advantage here for the Giants, and they're on the counter-attack. Now Grosevsky wins this. They're in trouble, the Pies. Houston out there. Grosevsky gets there first. Little handball in front. Going to go again.
Bringing it back.
Free kick downfield.
Okay, free kick downfield will go to the Giants. There won't be any advantage.
That was after the Callaghan kick. He got pushed, and the umpires clearly called it, but the players couldn't hear it out there. So
your poor old mate Baz has to come all the way back and kick it from there.
Yes. Brian's called him beautifully this term.
I'll give you a go at it.
No. Zesky's got it. That was all right, Kate. He kicks it short to Fonte. He goes out wide. Always one. Just gets me anyway. He goes short to Angwin, and Angwin marks. So he's virtually still on the wing out of side. And he's on the boundary line for the Giants. They trail the game by 13 points, 16 and a half third term, but they're pressing. But again, the kick inside is, or mark or free kick, as you heard from the umpire, Darcy Moore. What's that?
He's just, every time he kicks the ball, he's just pulling up like he's so sore in that right side. It's got to be. They've got to have determined it to be something neural, because there's no way if that's soft tissue that you're leaving him out there.
He's dragging his leg behind him. It's half a mile behind him.
So Josh Dacos took a mark at half-back, and he kicks to the wing, and terrific mark from Steele side bottom. He was in a one-on-one with young Hannaford, and he dragged it in with one hand, fended the opponent off, and marked with one hand. Defensive side of the eye, dummied round the young man, set him up beautifully and got around him, and then delivered a long drop punt to Membry off hands Lipinski. Hand pass inboard back to Membry. This all happening 70 from Collingwood's goal. Membry hand passed over his head. No one really there, so Hannaford put his head over. It got smashed. The umpire said it was okay. McCreary hand pass back to Quainer. Collingwood back inside with a kick from Quainer. Bounce past Schultz. An opportunity for Nick Dacos, caught behind. Shoved it out to Steele. Back to Dacos. Fires and puts it through from 15. When he's about, watch out. And Nick Dacos kicks Collingwood's ninth. They got a 9-3-57. And the Giants stagnant on 5-8-38. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Bunnings Trade helping tradies and builders get the job done in-store and on the road and on the phone.
Well, Kate, the cream's rising to the top because there's skill errors and mistakes going on everywhere. And then it gets in the hands of one of the two best players in the competition, Nick Dacos, whichever way you want to go. And he's just making good things happen, particularly in this third term. And Collingwood just been more efficient. Giants have had their chances. They couldn't take it. The Pies, they're getting less looks but converting much better.
Similar to what we saw in that first term. They're just building the forward half pressure, but the Giants can't do anything with it, can't score. And then Collingwood just rebounding, going straight down the other end and kicking a goal.
Sarah, Bob Jane, 2 months.
Finn Callaghan has come off with, it looks like a dislocated finger in the hands of the doctor and physio. Just trying to pop it back in.
McCreary out of the middle. Lovely little ball. Lipinski. What a beautiful knock in the middle. Was that the big spear again?
It sure was.
This is perfection.
It was elite.
And McCreary finishing the work, and now Lipinski to ultimately finish it off. The clearance was just a classic. And now a set shot from directly in front for Pat Lipinski. Kick of, say, 45 metres for their 4th consecutive goal. It's tight, and he's missed to the left-hand side. And a big let-off there for the Giants. It is a 20-point margin in favour of Collingwood here, midway through the third.
Outside 5.
Midfield to Ash, who marks inside defensive 50 still. He goes short to Cornelio. Ash runs pass, and he accepts a hand pass, and he went to go to Angwin, changed his mind. He stubbed his toe, kicked it along the ground. Quainer picked it up. Hand pass Bridge for Collingwood. Hand pass Lipinski. Kick back inside is good, and Membry's taken a mark. About 40 out, but he's only about 8 metres inside the boundary. At left half forward boundary side, broadcast side.
1 metre forward, Jake.
Just getting back to Steen. I know he's been in the system 4 years, but and the way the ruck rule is now, Kate, he's just using it beautifully.
Yeah, and I think obviously Mason Cox being on the list was probably another thing that kept him out of the team. But absolutely right, Baz. These new ruck rules are just bringing in his one wood to really take advantage of his ability to run and jump at the ball.
So Membry, who kicked 3 goals in the first term, and we're 20 minutes into the third. Drop punt. Fires, it won't be a goal. It floats across and Eventually a thump through for a rush point. Collingwood 9-5-59. And the Giants 5-8-38. 20 and a half third team.
Yeah, they've let the Giants off the hook the last couple. And if they get one more and get out to that sort of 25, 26-point margin late in the third, it's a big, handy lead.
Darcy Moore in deep conversation on the bench with Scott Pendlebury. Just interesting to see the old captain and the new captain in conversation there. Who knows what they're talking about? Just
probably footy.
Yeah, probably footy, positional, something with regard to tonight. Here's Stringer. The package has marked on the wing. He does as the umpire suggests. Got a booming boot when he connects nicely. Back goes Howe bravely. Cornelio gave it off here to O'Halloran. O'Halloran unleashed a high ball inside. Big clash in the air. Gee, Angren was hard at it. It was impressive.
It was Steen that went the other way, though. Terrific by the young man.
To go, he's got to go. Laverty's straight line the footy. Everyone else got out of the way. Laverty's handball to Oliver. Oliver there to Callaghan. Callaghan, long handball now to Gothard. Gothard in the pocket. Has a pop shot, misses. And a minor score in the end. In fact, it's still in play, and Houston's got it in the pocket.
Yeah, and he just stopped and took a bounce on the ground, sort of basketball style, and then kicked it out on the full. So O'Halloran will bring it back in for the Giants. He's 50 out. It was a strange piece of play. Xavier O'Halloran.
Strange sort of night, Baz.
Yeah, it is. On the line. How many touches for O'Halloran, Ash?
Yeah, O'Halloran just a 12.
He's not going to have a shot, is he?
Reds and Lenders with Ash and Joey. I think he's setting up for one.
Yeah, he did that last time. Remember, he pulled the kick to Briggs, and again, this is right on his limits.
He's setting up a plethora of players in the square. Long drop punt is again across the face and off hands. Through for a point. 5-9 now the Giants. 39s. 9-5-59. The Mighty Pies. 22 and a half third term. Triple M. Bunning straight scoreboard.
Those long points, Coach Killers. There's been a few of those this quarter. If you can make something happen, just at least get it to a dangerous spot. Bring your talls or your smalls into it.
Maynard, neat little shifty left footer. Found Perryman, handballs back to Maynard. This time the long ball down the line, and Laverty, who's everywhere, has taken the mark at half back. Jumps back to his feet, gives it to their designated hitter off half back in Whitfield. His short kick to Ash is almost stolen by Nick Dacos. He's just a lurking danger, Nick Dacos. Ash, half back, just goes sideways with the footy here. Finds Iden. Iden completes the mark, and he too goes sideways. So they've gone from one side to the other. Now on the City side half-back flank here, the Giants, who trail Collingwood by 20 points.
Choice hotels around the grounds. Ash, where are we going tomorrow?
Tomorrow, back here at Marvel Stadium, Saints taking on the Lions.
Back of the pack was Stringer. Little hand pass will come out to Delana for the Giants. Kick inside's good. This time Hogan is marked. Now he's 50 out. Called to play on. Ran around. Long ball. 2-on-1 the Giants' way. Thomas is going to fly. Good work from Chris to bring it to ground level. Now it's a fight for the footy. 15 out from the Giants' goal. Thomas got it again. He's tackled to the ground. Footy in dispute. Back of the pack. Shoved out to Steele side bottom. Collingwood very quick to run back and get the numbers in that contest. His kick outside defensive 50 is run out of bounds by Membry. Still about 60 around from the Giants' goal. 20 out the Pies.
Good game that, Ash. St Kilda, Brisbane, won't it?
Will be, and there'll be a bit of tension, of course, a bit of rivalry between the two coaches in Fagan and Ross Lyon, off-field.
Yeah. That'll, I reckon St Kilda can win that at this stage. Little knockdown here. Sure you're all interested. Perryman.
On the ball.
Well, he's been pinged.
Yeah.
I am interested.
No, we'll be
I'm interested.
I am too, Brian.
Completely
That's why
agree.
I'm coming. They haven't won a game, the Lions, but we heard about the Bombers this week.
Goes here to Gothard. Gothard gets up, sends it forward bound, and the big fella out there has taken a very nice mark. Briggsy deep in the pocket.
Another tough shot at goal, though. It's been the Giants' story. How many shots at goal have they had this quarter and for the game? I know
Briggs goes short and finds Hogan on a slightly less angle and closer.
That's better. And a better kick.
Hogan 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle, Ash.
Yeah, so they've had 4 shots at goal this quarter, the Giants, but we'll break down their shots from the corridor. The percentage will be quite low. Come back to you shortly.
Interesting answer. Here is Hogan.
Important kick this.
5 metres out. He's a little bit of a left to right slider. And Hogan comes in with that the old Singer sewing machine where he double stitches it, and he's kicked it to the right and missed it really badly. So what is that, a 19-point advantage now here for the Pies. Yes, Ash.
Yeah, so 2 out of their 5 majors come from the corridor, whereas the Pies more efficient, 6 from 9.
Red Lending stats with Ash. Kick out of bounds. Well, the kick was touched out of bounds. Long kick. At 50 metres and a boundary throw in. Still about 65 to 70 away from the Giants' goal.
What do you got, Chu?
Yeah, the corridor inside 50s. Look at this. Giants, 11 from 45. Magpies, 17 from 33, more than 50%.
Briggs taps down towards Toby Green. Little hand pass off to Callaghan. Hand pass over the top to Oliver, who's run out of bounds.
Yeah, he does a lot of little things, which are just great. You don't even notice them. It just got a tiny little deflection then. His side bottom just does. He's just good at putting pressure on, isn't he? You wouldn't think from the older guy that would be his go.
Also really good at identifying when the only impact he can have on a play is either a little block or just working his opponent to the other side of the contest.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Here's Oliver. Little knockdown, tries to muscle. Wonderful handball. So good. Clever. Green through heavy traffic. Banged it on the boot. Punched away by Jeremy Howe. Quain is under pressure. Perryman's under real pressure. Frampton's under exceptional pressure. Kick goes out wide. High footy. Collingwood 2-on-1. Collision mid-air. Umpire says contest. Get on with it. Oh, it's picked up like he had it sticky fingers there by Leake. And over the line, out of bounds. It went inside the attacking 50 here for the Giants. Inside 50s this quarter, Ash. We'll come back to in a moment. Bridge, we're going downstairs to Bob JT March, Sarah.
I can confirm that Scott Pendlebury will be taking no further part in the game. He has Achilles tightness.
Those entries, 14-9 BT, Giants way.
Yes, there's shockingness down there. That is unbelievable. He's out.
Yeah. Does. Oliver kicked the full forward, but it's all Collingwood down there. Frampton toe poked it off the ground, went out of bounds, went sideways. The arms are up in the air from the Giants, and they've got the free kick for deliberately kicking it out of bounds inside his defensive 50. So it's inside the 50 zone.
You should have seen, Baz, the pace at which Harvey Thomas got over to that footy.
But I'm going to say that was smart because he's a left footer where Delana is a right footer. I reckon he knew that it'll suit the left footer.
So they've had some set shots. They've been wide, but they desperately are trying to get one on the board before three-quarter time. Kick to the square again, and it's a plethora of players. Howe had it. His hand pass was partially smothered. And a heavy tackle late, and the umpire will ball it up. Still 20 out from the Giants' goal. So pretty much every player now forward of the centre. The Giants' way, tap down to ground level, and we'll do it again. We're still 45 seconds left on the clock.
What percentage of game time has Pendlebury played today, Ash? Ball up here. Come back to you in just a moment. 20 metres out from the Giants' goal. Perryman scraps at ground level. Have another ball up, Ash. No, it ricochets out. Oliver got it. Little handball comes. Callaghan was tackled. Nice little smother there by Crisp. Socket off the ground by McCreary into the middle of the ground. Got about 25 seconds to go in this quarter. They're going to go back inside 50. Himmelberg, neat ball to Oliver. Oliver turns, feigns to give the handball, does not. So he now kick it from over the mark. Kicks a long ball deep. He's kicked it into a nest of magpies, if you don't mind. Up they fly and they squat it down. Lipinski, wonderful tap there. Got it to Chris. Back to Lipinski. Lipinski to Maynard. Maynard, funny handball to Nick Dacos. Had to stretch it. No look handball over the top. Was really fancy dancy play. Picked up by Long. Long got it back to Maynard. And they control it. Wonderful last 30 seconds then from Collingwood. And the crowd stand up and applaud. They're 19-point leaders. They led by 9 at half-time. 9-5-59. Collingwood with the Giants 5-10-40 on the Bunnings trade scoreboard. Collingwood at three-quarter time by 19 points thanks to McDonald's.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade, helping tradies and builders get the job done in-store, on the road and on the phone.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
When the footy's on and you can't miss a moment, get Macca's delivered for a 99-cent delivery fee. Only on the My Macca's app. Just pulled into the driveway? Grab your TV remote and don't miss a second of the footy.
Nick Dacos cleverly into the path of Lipinski. Then he gets it back. Nick Dacos! Bang!
Live and free on 7 and streaming on 7+.
Tomorrow morning from 10, it's Triple M's Dead Set Legends.
Here we go. Listen to this crowd. We're ready to go.
Join the Queen of Triple M footy, Kate McCarthy, 4-time Premiership star Isaac Smith, and the big newsbreaker Xander Maguire, as they get you ready for a massive weekend in sport. Triple M's Dead Set Legends. Tomorrow morning from 10 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
HBF is your health dream team. Join HBF today.
Arsenal women take on Tottenham Hotspur at Emirates Stadium. See icons from the Lionesses in the heart of the action for the North London derby. Under the lights at the Emirates, pull up a chair. Saturday the 28th of March, 5:30 kickoff. Head to arsenal.com for tickets. Booking fee applies.
Love how you live. In the new 2.2 litre Isuzu MU-X LST, starting from just $69,990 drive away. The 2.2 litre engine delivers greater fuel efficiency, a smooth 8-speed transmission, and 3.5-tonne towing across the entire MU-X range. And with a spacious 7-seat capacity, it's the perfect blend of strength and style. Test drive at your local Isuzu Ute dealer. Terms and conditions apply.
Lintels and Landscaping Steel Direct. Your no-fuss, fast delivery of all steel lintel and steel landscaping needs. Hot dip galvanised lintels, angles and T-bars. Hot dip galvanised retaining wall uprights. UC, UB and corners. Steel garden edging, all thicknesses for that rustic appeal. All delivered direct to site and all online, keeping our prices low. Orders in Melbourne Metro over $750, free delivery. Get what you need at lintelsandlandscaping.com.au.
If you are injured at work and work cover has cut your weekly payments, you need an experienced lawyer urgently. Call now and talk to a lawyer who can navigate the work cover process to maximise your compensation. Arnold, Thomas and Becker. No win, no fee, no fear.
Go Harvey Norman Intel Bonus Gift Card Blitz Weekend. On now. Purchase any laptop with Intel Core Ultra 3 processor and receive up to $300 in bonus gift cards. Experience the latest Intel Series 3 technology. Now at Harvey Norman. Faster, smarter, more powerful than ever. And for a limited time. Bonus gift cards on selected Intel Core Ultra Series 3 laptops. Hurry. Harvey Norman Intel Blitz Weekend must end Sunday. Best range, best brands, best prices. On now. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Collingwood! Magpie Army, it's Daisy Thomas here. Let's get behind the mighty Pies. Yeah, you better bloody believe it. You know you're the biggest. You know you're the envy of the rest of the competition. Let's show them how it's done, and let's build together the biggest army yet. Get on board as a 2026 member today and join the Magpie Army. Go Pies!
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Toyota. Toyota Tundra. Ready for everything.
Oh, they are. Toyota Tundras, there's no doubt about that. At three-quarter time, Collingwood leads the Giants by 19 points. It's been about that margin for a good portion of the night. And Ash has got all the Red Z lenders to three-quarter time for us. Collingwood lead by
19 points. And just with Pendlebury, BT, so 54% game time. So what it means is
this year has played 60%.
Spot on. So he was scheduled to equal the record for most number of games played. That would have been on Anzac Day against Essendon, 90,000 plus. Would have broken the record against the Hawks Thursday night at the G.
85,000 plus,
Yep, so if he misses one game, they play the Cats the following week after Hawthorn. That's Geelong's home game at the MCG on a Saturday night.
Who's the week after?
And the week after that,
if he misses two.
Yep, for Red Z, Collingwood play Sydney at the SCG in a away game.
Yeah, so they'll definitely want to manufacture this as a home game for Collingwood. So whatever happens, I reckon that's what they'll be looking to do. Let's get down to Sarah, Bob Jane team, Sarah.
That's right. Well, the big news out of the Collingwood camp, Pendlebury is out of the game with Achilles tightness and awareness. In the GWS camp, Adam Kingsley looked...
And the week after that,
if he misses two.
Yep, for Red Z, Collingwood play Sydney at the SCG in a away game.
Yeah, so they'll definitely want to manufacture this as a home game for Collingwood. So whatever happens, I reckon that's what they'll be looking to do. Let's get down to Sarah, Bob Jane team, Sarah.
That's right. Well, the big news out of the Collingwood camp is Scott Pendlebury is out of the game with Achilles tightness and awareness. In the GWS camp, Adam Kingsley looked fired up in that quarter-time rev-up. And Jesse Hogan, as you mentioned a number of times, his body language still looked a little bit flat and disinterested.
Thanks, Sarah. It raises an interesting point about Scott Pendlebury and any big milestone like that, Kate. Like, do you risk messing with the whole situation to fit a milestone in that suits your club?
I personally, I understand the fanfare and the romanticism about it because he's an absolute legend of the club. He's doing something that might not ever be done again. But for me, no one player is bigger than the team, and the ultimate goal with your team is to have team success. You're celebrating the milestone regardless of what it is, and you're doing it in a way that respects him and respects the legend that he is. But at the end of the day, I think if you asked every single one of the Collingwood players, especially Scott Pendlebury, what he'd want out of this season is a premiership. And playing the way that they want to play as many times as they possibly can, in my opinion, is the best way to get towards that.
Always nice when you can tuck 4 jumpers away for the night, though, and just auction them out the back door at 10 each. Let's say 10 to 15 each. Now, Baz, that'd be good. It's a good little learn. I'm just on the sideline.
I'm one of the deals buying them. 10 and 15.
Anyway, there it goes.
There it goes.
I know it's cliche, Baz, but I reckon the first goal of this fourth quarter is crucial. If the Pies can get out to over 20 points, they know how to win games from there. They can control the game. If the Giants kick it, watch out, game on.
Pies up by 19 points from McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. We start the final term and they get the first clearance. Josh Dacos, clean kick, 20 metres to Nick Dacos. He settles, looks, and he delivers beautifully to McStay, who rolls and tumbles after marking on his chest. 40 out directly in front.
Jesus, good kick, isn't he?
Oh, he's a beautiful kick.
It just spins sharply and everything. It just looks dynamic.
He weights it so perfectly.
Perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't drill it. He just puts it to the advantage of the forward that then makes up the ground that they need to.
98th game, Nick Dacos tonight. You forget what footy was like without him. It's been amazing. So, McStay, can he do it? Directly in front, 45 out, left foot drop punt, and he's done it. And Joey, the Pies have got that goal. He's got his second. Collingwood 10-5-65. The Giants 5 goals, 10-40. Triple M Toyota Tundra scoreboard. Toyota Tundra, ready for everything.
Yeah, well, that's important. I said it. Now the Pies can just play the quarter. They just got to manage the game from here. They've done it so many times. They're the best that we've probably ever seen, really, in managing games. It's not to mean they're just going to shut shop now, but just the little things and what they need to do from here, they'll know. The Giants are going to have to take more risks, which might come off for them, but it'll also open up opportunities. So, important goal. Nick Dacos probably again on track to be the best player on the ground. Just brilliant the way that he just weights it. He set it up. He knew where he was going. Pinpoint perfect.
That'll be mad if he doesn't win Copeland this year.
No, it'll be filthy.
4 in a row.
Well, he'll be tracking well at the moment.
His next 100 will be his best 100, apparently.
We'll have to change the rules again if he doesn't.
Amazing. Look, DeGoey, the give and go to Nick Dacos, and DeGoey, the finishing kick was a slicing drop punt to side bottom on the lead. Side bottom kicks to McStay on the lead, and it's perfection football from the black and white.
Yes.
McStay will line up from a difficult angle, but favour his left foot. Wow. Dynamism shown by the Pies. Lovely, fun, sharp, just pure to watch. McStay now with the finishing kick has sent it left, and that'll come off hands for a behind, so biggest margin of the game. 26 points here early in the final quarter. Barry Denner on Triple M football.
So Whitfield at full-back spins the footy in his hand. Just waited for something to present. And Fonte was loose in the back pocket, so he went short to him. Another short kick to Laverty. A former Bomber across half back to Fonte, who's made position again. So still inside their defensive 50. Short kick, Himmelberg in trouble. McStay with a spoil. Elliott there at half forward, back to McStay. Hand pass side bottom. Hand pass Lipinski, back to side bottom. Fires! Run at Versio along the ground and hit the post. 26 points up the Pies, 3.5 final term.
How good was the give and get? He'd done it all. He just had to finish. Was never missing the post the minute it left the boot.
Still side bottom. What is it, 357 games?
Yes.
Level with Gary Ablett Jr.
Is he really? That's for what of all time? What number of all time do you know in terms of the order? 357, Ash? You wouldn't have that on?
Equal 18th.
Okay, so still a way back. Giants kick into the man of the market, spills to Schultz. Could have gone for home. The lead is on it to Elliott, and he finally gets one delivered lace out. and will get a look from 30 metres directly in front. Sends Adam Kingsley into a rampage.
Yeah, now I'm going to watch whether the runner goes straight to Joe Fonte, because that's both mistakes have come from him, unfortunately, for the young man.
Fonte.
Yeah.
As Elliott lines up. 25 metres out. A little bit of angle. He's well tattooed. Jamie Elliott, the boy out of Seymour, I think, or was it Euroa? One of those out there on the Goulburn Valley Highway, and he kicks the goal. Collingwood have kicked 6 straight, 2 here in the final quarter, and lead it by a game-high margin of 33 points on the Toyota Tundra scoreboard.
Euroa, Brian.
Euroa.
Yep, spot on.
Love that from Lockie Schultz, though. Had the opportunity to potentially have a shot on goal that he could have made, but it would have been a lower percentage than what Jamie Elliott was. Presented the lead and just laced him out. It was really nice. I think Lockie Schultz, his real rise in his game this season has been his score involvements and his ability to feed the ball to other players, keep the pressure on inside that forward 50, be a real pressure forward, but also start to really bring his teammates into the game as well by lowering his eyes and hitting them out on a lead.
Triple M Seabass Super special comments. Kate McCarthy, Joe Montagna, Seabass Super, build you something the smart way. Red Z Lending Stats, Ash. Red Z Lending Loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. Anything sticking out at you?
Yeah, just touching on Lockie Schultz. His first 2 games, averaging 18 touches, 2 majors per match. Today, 15 and a goal, 7 score involvements.
From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Collingwood again, out of the centre. Long with a kick towards full forward. Back of the pack, Membry, hand pass side bottom. Runs to the boundary line, right forward pocket. Hand pass back inboard to Chris, back to side bottom. Fires across his body from 30 out real high. Won't be a goal between the goal and point post. It's punched through. So Collingwood 11-8-74. They're on fire at the moment. The Giants not looking like it. 5-10-40. 6 minutes final term. Toyota Tundra scoreboard.
Talk about working in a phone box there with steel side bottom. Brown, in fact, it's Iden out wide. Knocks it to Maynard. Maynard knocks it down to Crisp. Crisp gives the handball back to Maynard. He sends it back to the Iden contest, although this time there is that man, the former bomber, in Laverty. Goes sideways. Fonte. Little handball. So they've had trouble getting it out of their defensive 50. And they've got it again. As Cornelio was absolutely nailed in the tackle. Perryman was there as well. Might have been Long, the tackler. Thomas has rounded up. He's dragged over the boundary line. And the Pies have got their tails up. They lead it by 34 points early in the final.
It was Ned Long. Ball and all tackle. Took him to ground. Cornelio good enough, though, to get the handball away, but they're really rolling up the sleeves here, Collingwood.
It's a pressure rating, Ash, in this term.
Pressure rating for the Maggies, Baz. They're going at 177. Giants, though, they're only at 140.
So the Giants again try to work it out a half back. There's Oliver, hand pass off to the running Ash. Likes to run, he takes a bounce. Tries to break the lines with a long kick, and Stringer was one out at half forward and he's taken the mark. He's been pushed to 65 out, immediately turned inside. That was smart because he was looking for the open forward line and allowed Thomas to run onto his kick. And he's taken the mark 35 out directly in front.
Jake Stringer looks good when he plays as the deepest forward, doesn't he, when they're able to get that overlap run and he leads. But his awareness to just face the game really quickly, it was a beautiful kick inside forward 50.
Kate McCarthy, Triple M Seabass Super special comments as Thomas settles with the footy, spins it in his hand. He's standing 52 metres out directly in front. They desperately need a goal. Collingwood by 34 points. 7 and 50 seconds into the final term. Thomas kicks the goal. So not quite done yet, but it's all been Collingwood so far in this final term, but the Giants get one back. 6-10-46 plays 11-8-74. 8 minutes final term. Triple M Toyota Tundra scoreboard. Toyota Tundra ready for everything.
Well, the first thing the Giants have done is just hold the momentum because Collingwood were absolutely dominating the first 7 or 8 minutes of this final quarter, so they can now steady, but they need to play the ball in their forward half. GWS have been playing it out of their back half to start this quarter. We know they can do the tsunami, but it's going to be awfully hard to continue to play that way. So it's going to come back down to the centre bouncers, and they might get an opportunity because young Oscar Steen is not on the field at the moment, so it'll be Darcy Cameron against Briggs.
28-point Collingwood lead. Joey Montagna on Triple M football.
Coming straight down the line. Braden, Nick, give us some room, please.
Super special comments. Brendan Hosking about to bounce the ball here in the middle. They go. Winner there by Briggs was knocked down to Cornelio out the back door. Cornelio around the corner. Houston, another quick one here for the Giants would set the cat amongst the pigeons. If they long handball comes to Nick Dacos, straight through the middle centre circle. Long ball down there to Membry. Got that standard jump off the ground on 2 feet and land on 2 feet. Thomas, left foot kick back inside to Ash to straighten him up at centre half-back. Looking for an overlap runner. Wanted to get it to Callaghan, couldn't. He was closely checked, had to go to Briggs. He almost threw it out through Cornelio. Cornelio spun. De Goey kept it alive. De Goey there, applies the tackle on Ash, ripped it away, got it to Leake. Leake goes to Angwin.
Angwin's got space and he runs off half-back, takes a bounce, little short ball to the wing, and the mark's taken by Brown. Brown close to the boundary line. Right in front of Sarah Hosking for Bob Jane teammates. Little short ball, 15 metres to Angwin. Still close to the boundary line. Hugs the line with a kick to half forward. That's to Stringer. Set up the last goal. What can he do this time? Runs around Jake. I reckon he's going to have a crack. Long ball towards goal. 45 out. And he's put it across the face.
Moore couldn't chase him.
No.
He can't move.
So Darcy Moore off the ground in the first term. Came back on after 20 minutes. And he's looked pretty lame since then.
He has. He's done well to get through the game, really.
He has.
That was the let-off. A big let-off for the Pies there. Josh Dacos, little kick sideways to Maynard in the back pocket. He marks, and they need to take a bit of pace off this game, the Pies, because they lead it by 27 points, 13 minutes to go in the game. Kick down the line to McStay on the interchange side of the ground, and Darcy Cameron knocks it over the line, out of bounds. They can swing the changes here if they wish, both teams.
Kieran.
And we will have a throw in. Collingwood Ash at the moment are 1-1, and the Giants are 1-2. Is that correct?
That is correct, BT.
Okay, and they've got the bye next week, the Giants. I believe Bedford and one other. Who is it?
Daniel.
Cadman or Daniels?
Daniels.
Yeah.
Were ready to come, but didn't want to risk them and use that bye to give them an extra 2 weeks, which sort of makes sense, I guess. Here's an opportunity for Josh Dacos. Cheers, all over me when I couldn't remember the name. But anyway, we got it.
They all jumped in.
High football, Cadman and all that. Yeah, good. Pyramid. Handball to Lipinski.
Trying to be helpful, we made it worse.
This is extraordinary behaviour.
Brian didn't know where to look.
That was smacked in the face.
Hang out to dry next time, Brian.
Crispus kick to the wing.
Couldn't wait to correct.
And they're all...
You're like bloody caged lions ready to rip my bloody tongue off. And I couldn't spit it out.
They're all different names.
We've been waiting for you to say that all night.
I just
didn't know which one to take.
It's like barking dogs yapping at my heels.
It's on the wing. True wing right in front of us. Nick Dacos again had it. His hand pass partially smothered. And Ned Long couldn't track it, so it went out of bounds again. Collingwood have been magnificent in this final term, Ash. What are the numbers telling you?
They have Red Z Landing dominating territory, 8 inside 50s to 3. They've kicked 2-3 from those 8 entries as well.
Don't forget, with room hot water, that hot water needs replacing. Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a room and nod and smile and say, good choice.
I'll always say that, Baz, there's no doubt about this. Callaghan kept it alive. Wonderful little throw over the top then from Gothard. Didn't come to anything because Collingwood are holding it up here, and now we'll have another ball up at half forward for the Giants. Scoreboard reading, 27-point margin here. Got to get it done in the next couple of minutes here, the Giants. Their next goal, and this looks promising. Angwin, handball to Whitfield. Whitfield, sloppy one. Good tackle. Collingwood applying plenty of pressure. Was that? It was Maynard. Now Nick Dacos runs away. 2 bounces. Point of the square, half forward. Chiselling ball to McStay, missed him. A rare miss by foot from Nick Dacos. Allows Iden to tidy up in the back end of Laverty.
And a kick out here in front of us is good to Angwin. And he marks and runs with a flight of the foot. He hit the ground running, delivers across the wing. Darcy Moore, it fell into his arms and he took the mark. Hand pass back to the wing to Sidebottom. Another one to Lipinski. Oh, good 15-metre hand pass. McCreary. He's got Nick Dacos by hand. He's got him. Nick sums it up. Has a crack. It won't come back enough. From 45, he was boundary side. And through for a point. 11-9 now Collingwood to 6-11 of the Giants. It's a 28-point lead to the Pies, 13.5 final.
Gee, it's risky whenever you don't tag Nick Dacos. He's going to be best on ground.
So give us the thinking behind that, why they wouldn't
Giants
have
done that a bit. They play their system. They tried to tag Nazai Wanganeen Miller last week for the first half. Didn't work and they got rid of it, and he probably felt they're a better team when they just play their system as opposed to trying to stop one opposition player.
Okay, fair argument. Fonte. Avoids the tackle. Look at the Collingwood players around this. They steal the football from Steele side bottom. Perryman goes forward and launches the kick to Membry, who's very wide and takes the mark 48 metres out.
Oh boy, Fonty's had a mare this fourth quarter, the young man.
He plays on, short kick finds Houston, and Houston marks on the 49-metre line, and he can launch it from there.
Got a hoof on him.
So Houston, how many goals did he kick last year, Ash? What's he's looking for? Is he looking for, 10 a year? Dozen a year?
Come back to you in a minute, BT.
He had low numbers last year, only averaging just under 17 disposals a game, but they couldn't get him the footy when they wanted to.
Have they been better at it this year, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Across the first two games, 28 and 32, so seeing more of it.
Houston from outside the 50. Plenty of power. Look at that leg. Wow. The connection was as flush as you could get. The ball just spun. It just spun and spun and spun. And it was a beautiful goal. Collingwood get another, and they led it by 34 points on the Toyota Tundra scoreboard.
Just 7 majors for Dan Houston last year, BT.
Yeah. What's a good year for him off halfback, do you think? Should be kicking a dozen, 15? Joey's gone to sleep on us.
Oh, you want me to answer?
Oh, jeez.
No, not really.
I didn't know it was
his best
rhetorical
years,
question or not. 10's a good number.
last few years he's had 7, 7, 9. So nine's the best he's ever had. So I reckon if they could push that sort of 10 to 12, they'd be very happy with that. But you can tell it's been a clear directive, or either that or they've gotten used to the way he plays his football. But the ball is finding him a lot more than it did last year, that's for sure.
As BT said, he's got a beautiful hoof on him, hasn't he? So when he gets it, for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Punch Collingwood's way. Oliver got in the way, though, for the Giants, and a kick out here now to Brown on the wing. He's got Perryman all over him. Brought it to ground level. His teammate Crisp was with him. Back to Perryman, back to Crisp, and he's allowed his teammate to run into a bit of space by drawing the two opponents, and Crisp over the top by hand, a side bottom. And the veteran's been good tonight, Ash, with that delivery to McStay, he marks.
27 touches for side bottom.
McStay inside is good to Membry, who rolls, tumbles and marks about 40 out slide angle. Kicked 3 in the first term, and Collingwood with another shot on goal. What are they, 34 points up, 16 and a half final term. It's all about the Pies.
It is. They've got this one exactly the way they want it now. The run off half-back, the handballs. I feel like that's been a real feature of this fourth term, the forward handballs out to a player in space that can just lower their eyes and hit up the forward.
For his fourth goal in the match, he settles with a footy.
You both got to be out, mate.
Traditionally has been a magnificent drop punt forward for goal. 45 out, three-quarter post high. He doesn't let me down, puts it through. 4 for Membry, 3 in the first term, 1 in this final term. 13-9-87 Collingwood, 6-11, 47. And the Giants, they're 40 points up the Pies. Triple M Toyota Tundra scoreboard.
Now, this has been a really good performance by the Pies. Certainly the game hasn't been on their terms for all 4 quarters, but when it hasn't, they've just been able to weather the storm. They've been able to defend really strongly and not allow the Giants, when they had momentum in the game, to be able to put the score on the board. And then when Collingwood have had their opportunities and their momentum, they've been able to capitalise. And that is the game in modern footy, when you have the momentum to be able to put the score on. And when they've had these patches, they've done it in a hurry, and it's been an impressive performance.
And look at the scores from Marks. Collingwood's conversion, 9 goals 2. Giants, 1 goal 6.
Sets up a mouth-watering contest Easter Thursday, Brisbane and Collingwood at the Gabba. Let's get downstairs. Bob Jane T-Mart's there.
Yeah, Joey and Kate, I've just got a question for you, because Darcy Moore's just come off again. There's about 6 minutes to go. Would you keep him off?
Yep. Done.
Lockie Schultz goes deep to Membry. Hands on it, couldn't mark. Laverty. Little handball, Whitfield comes to Iden out the back door. You want to add anything to that, guys?
Nah, I think absolutely this would be the last bit you've seen him for, but I would have been reluctant. They obviously know more than we do that it's not a soft tissue, but the way he's been moving out there, he hasn't been moving well all game since that sort of, I think it was the first quarter he went down into the rooms, and yeah, it all played out from there, but he hasn't had any power all night.
Harvey Norman replay, smiling on the bench and talking to his teammates. The Harvey Norman Intel Blitz weekend is on now. Score bonus gift cards with Intel Core Ultra 3 laptops. Hurry in Sunday.
How about the barrel from Nick Dacos landed with Lockie Schultz? He's got all the tricks, Nick Dacos. And Lockie Schultz is marked. Now, the man on the mark's 50. This will test him. So he kicks sideways back to Nick Dacos. He'll play on here for sure. Nick Dacos looking to find Long. It was a little hopeful with the kick then. Now it comes to Callaghan. Over the top to Whitfield. Degoe was just waiting for him to take possession and got him a little early, Degoe. And Whitfield with the free kick at half back. It's a 40-point Collingwood lead here at the moment. Out wide to Hannaford. Gave it off to Callaghan. Caught on his right foot this time. Callaghan kicks it down the line, and Jeremy Howe, been nice to get him back into the Collingwood lineup as well as Darcy Moore.
It's another disappointing one-on-one from Jesse Hogan, though. There was no resistance at all there from him.
Which hasn't been him for a while, has it?
He's a confidence player, though, Baz. When he's good, he's good. And when he's struggling, he really does struggle. And we saw the set shot that he missed. And they're the little parts of his game that when he is up and firing, he does it well. But obviously, so much easier when you have the confidence. But as a key forward, one-on-one, you just got to, at the worst, bring that ball to ground.
Gothard tries to work his way through for the Giants. They're trying to search for a goal here. Oliver on the end of a hand pass. And a short kick back inside to Stringer, who's marked boundary side. He'd have to kick this 50 metres. And he's going back with purpose with the footy.
And I know previously people have probably said the same about Jake Stringer, but tonight I don't think you could probably fault his effort and his attack on the footy and his ability to want to insert himself into this contest.
I reckon Angman's burst his eardrum, Baz. There you go.
Yeah, he's gone off the ground as Stringer.
Not yet, he hasn't, but he will.
Oh, that's right. He hasn't. He was holding his ear. He's kicked it across. That would have been his 400th career goal, Ash. Thanks for that. But
you jinxed him.
No, he missed it.
That's right.
He missed it. Maybe next time.
Yeah, not very often you see a player worrying about his ear, but Angwin is. He looks in a bit of discomfort or concern. The handball from Chris to Quainer wasn't the best. Quainer caught in the Cornelio tackle, hustled out of it, and the free kick goes against him. Here is the man without his ear, Angwin, and he kicks the string that was punched away by Maynard. And look at them get over the brother.
Yes.
They love him. And Maynard, just a normal sort of spoil, was good stuff, and they get around him in a big way, boundary throw in.
Nothing's normal when you're a cult hero.
That's right.
I've had a burst eardrum. You had that before?
Have you?
Yeah, it hurts.
Does it?
No, it really hurts.
Was it heal itself?
Yeah, pretty much.
Won't be good on the plane, Brian. You won't like that.
No.
I guess there's no one getting in there to heal it for you, is there?
No, there isn't. Can't do much for you. There's Josh Dacos has got it on the wing. And he's got space, and he hand passed back to Crisp. And back to Josh Dacos. And now a kick from him. Long 45-metre ball towards half forward. Right on forward 50. Spilled to McCreary. Gets up with the foot. He's got a flat, wobbly thing that goes to full forward. And Ash was right on the line and took the mark. Yeah, so he pulled the kick, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was too unselfish there. Should have taken it upon himself to kick the goal. In the meantime, out the far side of the ground in the hands of Ash. Free-flowing orange tsunami, just with a little wave at the moment. Finds an opportunity here. O'Halloran had to go and get it. He did. Might have been Grasevsky. It was the latter. Nick Dacos was worried out of it. Spills now to Whitfield. Whitfield launches the ball inside 50 to Hogan, and Hogan takes the mark uncontested. 40 metres out on a tough angle. Still worried about his ear angle.
They absolutely.
You are absolutely right, Brian, because he just grabbed his nose and did what you try to do when
trying to equalise.
Yep. When you got a bit of pressure in your ear. So I reckon Dr. Taylor has absolutely nailed it.
Might have to put him in the decompression chamber as Hogan comes in from about 40 metres out. Really tough angle, and he's missed. And that's barely any score. In fact, it's not out of bounds at the full. Got a Tundra scoreboard. It's a 39-point Collingwood lead here with just under 5 minutes remaining on the tick-tock.
Louis Montagna, Kate McCarthy, and the best in the business, BT here tonight, and witnessed a very slick performance from the Pies, and there's an air of flatness around the ground now for the Giants. They came here with much expectation. Big night, game of the weekend, everyone said, and just been left wanting by a very well systemed Collingwood side as Maynard's got it. Little hand pass off again. Dacos long kick towards half forward. Offhands member. He's got four tonight. This time he's gang tackled to the ground. Schultz put his head over the footy. He rolls and tumbles after being tackled by Oliver. And there'll be a ball up about 55 out from Collingwood's goal.
Yeah, three pretty disappointing losses for the Giants. 81 points to the Dogs, 4 to St Kilda last week, and then the margin at the moment, 39 points. They need to get some troops back.
Yeah, they do. They've been cruelled with injury again. Been pretty lucky over the last few years with unlucky with injury. Side bottom just keeps on keeping on. Kick out wide will go over the boundary, and we'll have a boundary throw in deep in Collingwood's attack zone. So all of the usual suspects on the stats sheet tonight, Ash, I guess.
Yeah, Nick Dacos, number one rated player, 36 touches, 2 majors. Josh with 31, side bottom 28.
Any idea of the crowd tonight, Ash?
Good crowd, 41,607.
Terrific crowd, because Collingwood aren't usual big drawers here. That is a good crowd for them. Here's Isaac Quainer. Tries a hand fake with the ball and never going to be swallowed by the players. Kick out wide. Picked up here by Membry. He coughed it up though, gave it to Toby Green. Toby Green's little kick out very, very wide. Maynard infringes on Stringer.
Stringer gets up with the footy. He's on the boundary on the wing. Delivers to half forward. No mark taken. Frampton in front. Brought the ball to ground. Howe tries to burrow through. Gothard grabs him. Wraps his arms around him. And he tackles him into the ground.
That's the second biggest home and away crowd as well between these two sides. Previous record was 43,000 at the G.
How much for Jeremy Howe tonight? Ash off half back in his return.
Yeah, 9 disposals, 5 marks, 5 intercepts.
He looks good. And Callaghan has got it inside for the Giants. Kicks to Hogan, who let out from full forward, but standing in front was Perryman. And Perryman marks at fullback for Collingwood. The pack were coming. He held his ground and took a chest mark. Got it back to Frampton. And goes short to Crisp, who's got a player out here in Ned Long on the wing. The ball's too long. Went out in the full. Should be a free kick to widen than it is.
Yeah, boundary umpire spotted that, Baz. Just like you did.
Yep.
Tried to con the umpire there, Ned Long. So free kick going the way here of Iden. Connor Iden. Game 121 for him. He's trying to kick this inside 50. So this game petering out to a dull roar. It's been electric at times. And a 39-point lead set up in this last quarter. Set up at the end of the third quarter when they kicked 3 straight, really. And then the first 2 goals of this final quarter from McStay and Elliott meant they kicked 5 in a row, and it was busted open to around about the 35-point margin or thereabouts. Callaghan got it to Thomas. Thomas with a high ball on the head of Hogan. Frampton there as well to punch the ball away. Knocked down by Jeremy Howe to Goey. Back to Howe. Howe banged it on the boot. Got it into the midfield area. Picked up by Himmelberg. Slid the handball to Whitfield. Whitfield goes deep in the pocket. Stringer should mark, and he does. 40 metres out, tough angle. Jake Stringer will line up for goal. It's been a 4-goal to 1 quarter in favour of the Pies here in the last. Stringer going to go around the corner from a long way out. He's goal, no problems at all, 40 metres. How about that for Jake Stringer? That is very nice. His 400th goal here at Marvel Stadium, in fact, in his career. So well done to Jake Stringer, and the margin back to 33 points for Collingwood.
Yeah, he's been good tonight. I feel like he's, at times where there hasn't been a whole lot coming his way in the forward line, he's made something out of nothing and also constantly presented. So there's been multiple times where he's let up at the kicker and hasn't been used, but that was a beautiful kick inside forward 50 to Lockie Whitfield, who just positioned his body like he was going to go deep to the hot spot and then pulled the kick across the face to Jake Stringer on a lead. A good strong mark over his head as well.
Giants doctor down there saying to Angwin, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah, no.
And he's not answering.
No, only with, and he'd be in pain. They're shocking.
Yeah,
his eardrum, if that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh,
he'd be in enormous pain.
Terrible.
Yep. From McDonald's and Reebok. Order. Triple M Rocks footy.
What, can he fly home with the burst eardrum?
I wouldn't want to. No way.
I actually don't think you can.
No, I don't think he can. Got to be an equaliser.
Drive up the highway. Nice long drive. Crisp was marked at half back for Collingwood.
Go past Euroa, past Jamie Elliott.
Oh, great. Stop Euroa, I tell you.
Good buying fuel on the way home. Cost him about 10,000 to get home.
He's got to drop a palmer or two during the week. Little short border. Josh Dacos.
What do you think Petra would be out there in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, look, yeah, they'll be doing it hard. There's no doubt about it. Great pub at Euroa. Real good. As Josh Dacos runs off half back, kicks a long ball to half forward. As many fly, Briggs one of those, and off hands it goes out of bounds. So it's a big lead. Well, it's not a big lead, but it's been a steady lead to Collingwood all night tonight. It's 33 points up they are, latter stages, final turn.
So boundary throw in here at Collingwood end of the ground. It's come to a dull roar here. Steen in the ruck has been terrific for Collingwood tonight. What a find. They've found a ruckman with some athleticism, no doubt about it. Not that they hadn't with Cameron. He was impressive as well. Gothard through the middle. Oliver to Riccardi long ball. Frampton's got it all to do against Hogan here. Neither of them win it in the air, and it'll be through for no score in the end, and Frampton will bring it out and go right over the top to McCreary. Oh, McCreary's landed awkwardly. Now, has he hurt himself? That's a collarbone broker if I've ever seen one. He's hurt his shoulder, I reckon.
Oh, jeez.
Right arm, yeah.
And he may have been short on oxygen as well, Baz.
Yeah, let's hope it's a stinger, BT, but we're not sure. DeGoey on the wing, a little underground hand pass. Only seconds to go in the game now. The Giants have been done like a dinner tonight. Hand pass over to the wing to Briggs. He's in space, the big man. He kicked them back to full forward, and there he is again in Hogan. And he's going to be paid the marker or holding, whatever it is. No, it's against him. And he's just, that's icing on the cake. He's had a shocker.
Yeah. No more that needs to be said about that, Buzz.
Siren goes. Pies. Magnificent at Marvel. Can you believe it? 13-9-87 Collingwood. And the Giants 7-12-54. Here's the famous song.
They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the Americans are shouting as all Americans should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
33 points, Kate, was the margin in the end, and they were superb, the Pies.
Yeah, they ran away with it in the fourth term. Good performance from them. Came out, kicked the first of the final term, and then from there it was pretty much all downhill for the Giants, but pretty clinical, their performance across the four quarters. At times it didn't go their way, but they wrestled back momentum when they needed to, and after a hot start, they continued on in the fourth term.
Now this is the Triple M Amy review. When the lucky country isn't so lucky, it's luckier with Amy. 4 goals to Membry, 2 goals to Dacos. Ash and McStay got a couple. What sticks out to you?
Well, this is the Giants' equal lowest score against the Magpies, Baz, with that scoreline at 7-12-54. But that man, Nick Dacos, number 1 rated player, 36 touches, 12 inside 50s, 7 score involvements, 2 goals and 770 metres gained.
Courtesy of Channel 7, here's Abby Holmes with the great Tim Membry. Got 4.
That game against Adelaide, and we really got to work. The coaches did them out to work. The boys really trained hard throughout the week, so we're always going to come out and fire.
You're able to win in different ways. It was a strange game. I mean, it was fast and then it was slow. It was exciting and bits of it were bland at times, but you really did just roll with whatever the Giants threw at you.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to be going for their, go after their ball movement through the corridor. They're a strong corridor team, so we had to get our bodies in the corridor to try and stop that. And then, I guess when we won the ball back, just to go back at them.
A bit of commentary around the forward line over the last couple of weeks and the lack of connection, but you must be really pleased to come out and kick 4 personally. Dan McStay kicked a couple as well, 8 different goal kickers, so there were certainly multiple avenues to goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great strength. We got, so many great ball users in our side, through the midfield, some of the best, on the half-forward line too. So, it was a bit of a struggle there, but we knew it was going to click for us, and it did tonight.
He's a big fella, Steen, get on the board as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's someone that just everyone loves. He's a big size and works his butt off, and to see him go well tonight, just like for him.
Well done, go and enjoy it.
Thanks, Sam.
33 points to the good with the Carringbush. The Pies over the GWS Giants. 13-9-87 defeated the Giants 7-12-54. Joey and, of course, Sarah down in the rooms at Collingwood Rooms. And we'll be back shortly for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M. Rocks footy.
That quarter for Toyota. Toyota Tundra. Ready for everything.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hot water needs replacing? Go for one that's steady, hot and strong. Ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Melbourne, start your day with Mick in the morning.
An Aussie male's lifted the lid on a huge wave of Code Brown incidences at swimming pools.
We said bring us to the biggest
story. You said you had a big story. This is huge.
So councils are going under because of Code Brown.
I mean, look, we've all overstayed our welcome in a pool bar.
You know what I mean?
Not this way. Start your day with Nick in the morning with Roo, Titus and Rosie. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's Triple M.
For the best roof in town, Harley & Sons won't let you down.
That is right for you.
The new 2.2-litre Isuzu MU-X SUV is perfectly priced to drive away this summer, starting from just $48,990. Delivering greater fuel efficiency, 7-seat capacity, smooth 8-speed transmission and 3.5-tonne towing capacity across the entire range. The 2.2-litre MU-X will transform your everyday. Test drive today at your local Isuzu Ute dealer. Terms and conditions apply.
If you've been injured in a vehicle accident as a driver, passenger, cyclist or pedestrian, you could be entitled to compensation in addition to your TAC claim. Arnold Thomas and Becker lawyers have the expertise to consistently achieve compensation of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Call Arnold Thomas and Becker today and talk to a lawyer with the experience to take on the system and win. Arnold Thomas and Becker. No win, no fee, no fear.
I built that and that, and that. I even did a job for a guy over there too.
If this sounds like you, then you, my sweat-filled full-tilt job site juggernaut, are a true tradie. And as a true tradie, you know a thing or two. Like Mitre 10, who have dedicated trade teams, expert advice, fast and on-time deliveries, stock quality trade materials, and other trusted partner in the trade. You also know there's nothing better than a site next to a trade centre. Mitre 10 Trade for true tradies.
You hear that? That's the sound of something building. Not just anything. That's someone's future. Some people build the hard way. But with Cbus, you can do it the smart way. Cbus Super. Build your something. Read the PDS and TMD to decide if Cbus is right for you.
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible!
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, Supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy. When the lucky country isn't so lucky, it's lucky you're with Amy.
The Pies started well. They led by 14 points at quarter time. Giants got them in the second term. They led by 9, Collingwood. And then a 19-point lead at three-quarter time turned into a 33-point win over the Giants. 7-12, 54 to 39, 87. Kate, they were impressive. They did the job. They led all night. And they go home with a very handy 4 points.
They certainly do, and really nice pictures on the Harvey Norman replay right now. We've got the debutant Oscar Steen, who did a fantastic job in the ruck, making his way. He obviously went over to the big bay of fans and friends and family that he had here and was mobbed by them, but he should be really happy with his performance. And Collingwood should be really happy with what he's shown them in the centre bounce in particular. His ability to leap over Kieran Briggs multiple occasions, give them first use through the midfield. And when someone's tapping the ball down the throat of Nick Dacos and he is sweeping around the back of a stoppage, that is a frightening prospect.
And for a player playing his first game, Joey made a comment the last term about a clearance out of the centre.
Yep.
He said, the Giants are a chance here because Darcy... And that's not disrespect for Darcy Cameron, but he was in the middle. That's how good this kid's gone in his first game of footy.
It's interesting how he's sort of on the list for 4 years. Obviously, Mason Cox at the club, but how a rule change can literally bring your strength in the game and bring it to the fore, because he was, before that ruck change, Darcy Cameron is the complete opposite ruck. He steps across the line, he likes to wrestle. So that now plays into the favour of Oscar Steen, who can show his full athleticism on display.
Impressed by Collingwood tonight?
I was, I thought probably, I think on the flip side, just really starting to see what a toll these injuries have taken at GWS. But the fourth term in particular, they got on top and they made the most of the opportunities that they had.
Good on you, Kate. Let's go down to the rooms because Joey and Sarah are there, and there go the Pies. They're walking in.
Yeah, they are walking into the rooms, Barry. Thank you. You were magnificent. Well done to you, Kate McCarthy. BT was okay. But the Pies are coming down into the rooms, as always, at a Collingwood. There is a lot of crowd here. Sarah's going to get in for the song. She's going to get part of the Gatorade shower. And the Pies will belt it out.
We know how to play the game. Side by side we stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the Barracudas shouting, as old Barracudas should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Just a bit of a ho-hum sort of song there, Sarah.
It was a little bit.
Sung with the biggest gusto.
What I did love is they had big Oscar Steen in his debutant game. He was the one that got to do the big rev up at the start. So he looks very excited. He's absolutely drenched from head to toe in Gatorade.
Well, he was magnificent. Of course, this is the Triple M Amy review. When you're the lucky country isn't so lucky, it's lucky you're with Amy. We will get a guest in a moment. We're going to get big Harry Perryman playing against his former club. He'll come and join us after the Collingwood 33-point win. But Sarah, it was pretty impressive in the end. At times they were struggling and looked like the Giants had a bit of momentum, but when they had their opportunities, the Pies, they were really to put the score on the board.
Yeah, they did. They really impressed me. But what I loved is that they held the momentum for most of the game, and then any time that they slowly started to edge their way back, GWS, Collingwood was able to keep their way. And now we've got our special guest in Harry Perryman, who is joining us this afternoon. Pez, how are you going after that win against your old side?
Yeah, that was awesome. Really good win by the boys. Just a grind pretty much all game, and it was good to open it up there in the last quarter and kick a few goals.
Well, it wasn't a grind the first quarter. The first quarter was up and back. It was free-flowing footy and it was good fun. What was said at quarter time, because it felt like both coaches, I reckon, made an adjustment and said, might be getting played a little bit too quick and slowed it down a bit. Is that how it felt?
Yeah, a little bit. We knew if we could chip it around a bit on them, their defence would probably fall asleep a little bit through the midfield. So we kind of went to that and we just had to slow them down. We had to cover the corridor. That was a big priority going into the game, and I thought we did that pretty well at times.
I thought you did it exceptionally well, and I guess coming off the back of a 13-day break, we have to ask the question, what did you do? Because everyone did look relatively fresh coming into today.
I went fishing for a few days, so I completely switched off, went down the coast, so it was really good. It was a bit weird having the bye early on in the year, but you make the most of it while you can, so it was good.
And I want to ask a question about young Oscar Steen, or 22-year-old Oscar Steen, who came in for his first game today. He was absolutely outstanding as a ruck. What's it been like having a different sort of feed in that middle?
Yeah, it was awesome. Just having that big, tall target down there to kick to. We know he's such a good mark, and he's pretty good at ground level as well. So, and some of his centre bound stuff is awesome. So he's going to be awesome for us.
It was brilliant. Has he got any nicknames? What do you roll with around the club for the big fella?
It's pretty boring, Joe.
Is it?
Just Big Steenie.
Big Steenie.
We need to think of something.
Yeah, okay. The other part of the foot that was really good defensively, you stood up. There were times when the Giants had momentum, they were getting a fair few entries, but again, the back 6 and 7 really held up. It's obviously something the team prides themselves on. It's something you can really build on going forward this year and can be a point of difference.
Yeah, 100%. Our backline's awesome. Just so much trust in all the boys, so much experience. Having Howie and Darcy back as well. They're only going to get better the more games they play. So we're just a solid unit down there, and we pride ourselves on just fighting.
We have to ask about Darcy. So we know he went off. He looked like he had the tight hammy. He came back out, but he was grimacing. Every time he was kicking the footy, he was grabbing and he wasn't moving freely, but he did really well to stay out there. What was your understanding and conversations with him? Did you have to try and sort of keep talking to him? How was that all working? Because he was battling a bit.
Yeah, I wasn't really too sure what was going on there. I think he's probably a couple of little niggles, I'm not too sure. But, yeah, hopefully he can pull up all right after the game and he can be ready to go next week.
And the other one that we've all got our sights on is Scott Pendlebury. Obviously, he came off, I think it was late in that third or fourth quarter, just with a bit of Achilles tightness. Has there been much talk amongst the group and the team and the club just around his big milestone game?
Not really too much just yet. Probably over the next couple of weeks, we'll probably start talking about it a little bit more. I think it's just around the corner. I'm not too sure what game it's against, but yeah, we'll have to get a bit of memorabilia off him, I reckon. Might sell good one day.
Well, everyone seems extremely humble here at the Pies. Now, I had a little birdie just whisper and tell me that you're all of a sudden posting on TikTok. Now, you mentioned your fishing trip before. Is it true that you've posted a fishing TikTok?
Yeah. It's not really me, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go.
What's your handle? Let everyone know.
I think it's just Harry Perryman. Pretty boring. My partner, she sets it all up. She's a big TikToker. But there's a lot of fishing videos on there, so I actually get pretty hooked on it.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell us about your fishing. I know nothing about it, but where do you go fishing? What do you like to catch?
I'll just go out here in the bay.
Yeah, right.
Snapper, squid, whiting, whatever you want. Really.
Yeah, very good.
But yeah, it's good fun. Love it.
Nice. Last one, Giants boys. Still got a lot of mates over there. Any banter? Anyone sort of, Toby, have anything to say, or pretty quiet today?
No, pretty quiet.
Were they?
Pretty quiet. last time we played them last year, we got flogged. They were pretty lippy. So it was good to get that one, but it felt real good.
Yeah, well done. You boys played terrific. You were sensational as always, rock solid, and Big Oscar Steen stole the show with his performance. So well done, and thank you for joining us on Triple M Footy.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well done, mate. There, that was big Harry Perryman. What a reliable story. Well done, mate. Thanks for your time.
He's forgetting takes.
Appreciate it. He was brilliant.
He was, wasn't he?
As I said, the back line I thought was sensational. They held up, and of course Timmy Membry was able to get on the end of a few, and that was all very impressive. But we do need to get through as we threw out the McDelivery well played moment. That's a new one, the tongue twister, isn't it? Tonight's McDelivery moment. Well, this one happened at the 2nd minute mark of the 3rd quarter, and we'll take a listen. It might be a famous name.
Collingwood out of the centre. Lipinski's got it. Hand pass Nick Dacos. Steadies from 40, sums it up, and the superstar puts it through for the Pies. Quick answer, Collingwood.
That was the McDelivery well played moment. I'm trying to save you the tongue twisters. That is hard, but we will get through it. Of course, Choice Hotels around the grounds. Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can check into more. Get the lowest price guarantee when you book direct at choicehotels.com tomorrow.
Yes.
Where are we heading?
We've got the Mafia Mob, actually, Joey.
Oh.
So we've got St Kilda and Brisbane. That is at Marvel Stadium again. Dockers, Richmond over at Optus Stadium. Then Essendon and North Melbourne, the big clash that we have been pumping up so much. And then on Sunday, we've got Port and West Coast, Carlton and Melbourne.
It's a big weekend, but tomorrow night all eyes will be on North Melbourne v Essendon, St Kilda, Brisbane as well. That's going to be a fascinating game. Well, we do want to whip through to the Triple MVP Awards for the best on ground votes. It was one of those games, a lot of players racked up big numbers, but I think a lot of the midfielders were the most influential with the way they went about it. So one vote. We went to Lockie Whitfield. We don't know. I don't have the exact numbers, but he had a stack of it. 35, 36 touches. He used it pretty well. I could have raffled a whole bunch of players. Finn Callahan, Lockie Ash, Clayton Oliver, all got their hands on the footy, but I thought he probably used it the best out of that group. 2 votes to Josh Dacos, talking about plenty of use and plenty of ball. He came off injured, but I thought he was terrific. He had a brilliant game, but clearly the best on ground, and we mentioned it during the call, if you don't tag Nick Dacos, this is what happens. 36 disposals, 2 goals, 2, set up a few more. And as is often the case, and on Brownlow night, we're going to hear 3 votes and Dacos. So that is it from here.
And Collingwood best and fairest night.
And Collingwood best and fairest night. I wonder if he gets those extra special votes that they've now changed in the Copeland Trophy for a night like tonight. I don't know if that was quite at the very exceptional end, but it was still at the very good end. Hey, we're almost going to wrap it up here, Sarah. Enjoyed your work tonight on the boundary. As I mentioned, Barry Denner and Brian Taylor as always, Kate McCarthy, everyone else up, the boys back there, Jasper, especially you. Remember, tomorrow on Triple M, the Saturday Rub starts at 11 a.m, an early edition before the massive game, the Saints and the Mafia taking on the Brisbane Lions. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy. When the lucky country isn't so lucky, it's lucky you're with Amy.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.